motorcycle officers escorting people unless they're very, very important. So that is what we think that we're seeing here. But you just have the entire city absolutely going nuts, but in a great way. Kev and John, you guys were just telling stories about why the city loves the Vegas Golden Knights, not just because of how incredible they are on the ice, but for what they mean to this team. I can maybe speak to that. I know Mariah can too, but Mariah, they really beat the odds this season. No one thought that we'd be here celebrating a championship.
Yeah, this team saw a lot of ups and downs throughout the entire season, and it's always, every year in the Stanley Cup, it's always the most unassuming teams that make it, and boy, are we happy that it just happened to be our team in this city. But these guys deserve it. They have grinded all season long, faced so much adversity, and here they are, Stanley Cup champions, when maybe some had counted them out, but this is just absolutely incredible to watch. And with the parade of buses coming through, it looks like it's capped off by a coach bus. So if you are watching, that looks like where the parade may end, or the last of the buses coming through. But there is so much support out here today, and it's so overwhelming to see. You know, I was seeing people on Twitter that maybe were making comments about the franchise not being around as much, but those medieval maniacs chirped right back and said, you have no idea what we dealt with 6 years ago, and this team really got us through, like John and Kevin were talking about. So it's just so nice to see this city support a team that supported them when they were at their lowest.
Absolutely. And Mariah, I'm pretty sure this is your first summer here in Las Vegas.
Yes.
So another great thing that I appreciate is that it's not absolutely scorching outside right now. We're able to enjoy this championship parade without sweat dripping down our faces and our bodies, thank goodness. Obviously, we have a great vantage point, and we even have, you know, the Dre's family. They didn't want, they got a nice corner over here to make sure that they take in the sights and the sounds. But to see a sea of people as far as the eye can see here on the Las Vegas Strip at this hour, you typically don't see anything like this unless it is January 1st or December 31st going into the new year. So it's absolutely incredible. A big kudos to Metro Police. I was one of those that barely made it
Me
through
too.
you too, Mariah, before they started the road closures in place, but everything has gone off like clockwork, which is why they were able to start this parade just a little bit earlier than expected. I think they felt the energy from Medieval Maniacs. We couldn't wait for this thing to start, and clearly they got the memo.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, this parade is really going off really well so far. The preparation for it has been incredible. Just to see, you know, if they're starting early, they're ready to go. That's exactly what that means. So it's really nice to see how prepared the city was for such a big event, and it really feels like the entire city of Las Vegas is here on the street right now.
And it's hard to imagine that this many people are along the parade route, because we got a glimpse of what Toshiba Plaza looks like right now. And if we thought that the crowd during Game 5 was massive, you have no idea. The fans are ready to celebrate at that rally that kicks off at 9 o'clock. It might start a little earlier because they're ahead of schedule, which is nice to see because typically organizations are not. And we have, you know, a multiple agencies out here making sure that not only the players and the organization is safe, but the entire Las Vegas Strip. We've seen Metro Police, we've seen Henderson Police, we've also seen Clark County Fire, Las Vegas Fire and Rescue. So I think they're probably like us, right, Mariah? They're trying to do their jobs, and we have to remember that we're out here working, but we are fans, so we keep getting lost in all of the excitement that is down here, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. They're managing the chaos really well down there, but it has just been so awesome to watch all of these people. The confetti flying, I hope that lingers in the air all week long, because I can't get enough of that.
And you know what? We thought that the sun would be down, that we would be doing this under the bright light, the neon lights of the Las Vegas Strip and the marquees. But you know what? We're almost there. But guys, we don't need the neon lights. We love them. But you know what? This site right here is certainly something that Mariah nor I will not forget anytime soon. This is historic, once in a lifetime. And we're just so excited to be part of this. I usually have my Saturdays off, guys, but I couldn't wait. I said, I'll be there with bells on. Why would we not want to be here for the very first Golden Knights Championship Parade. And I think it's the first of many, Mariah. I'm gonna let you take over that part.
Yeah,
you know the odds better than I do.
You know what? This team is looking really promising. Like, they have such a bright future ahead of them because of such the closeness within this group, their camaraderie, their genuine friendship and love for one another. That's what gets you to a championship. And we saw that with every post-game interview. The guys were just giving accolades to their teammates. They weren't taking any personal credit for it. It was all about their team and their love for each other. And yeah, if it keeps going like this, I'm sure the Golden Knights have a bright future ahead of them. And this is hopefully the start of many parades for them here in Las Vegas.
And it's kind of hard. Like, Mariah and we love, this is the best view on the Las Vegas Strip, hands down. Big thank you to Dre's Beach Club Nightclub for always accommodating Fox 5. But the party down there, we're so jealous that we're not in the crowds with everyone else. We see high fives, usually see the towels flying during the game, but they brought their towels to the championship.
Yes, the rally towels are in full force tonight, and it is just so awesome to see. And yeah, there's t-shirts being thrown off, so even more things to be waving in the air for this crowd, more things to get excited. Some people are walking away with some serious souvenirs from today's parade, you guys.
Absolutely. Usually the Bellagio fountains will go off every 15 minutes. They haven't stopped. They haven't stopped since the parade has begun. We love to see it. I know that you guys probably feel a little bit more jealous than we do that we're not down there because you're in studio, John and Kevin.
Indeed we are, and thanks so much, guys. We'll check back with you in just a little bit. And we did see the Nightline. We saw Chance riding in an open vehicle. And just to add to what they were talking about, the bond between the community and the players, another thing, you know, I knew I was sitting next to Kevin Bollinger tonight, so I did a little homework. I talked to some fans who were super fans who were friends of mine. And another thing that they brought up is that, you know, these players don't have a lot of ego in the way that you'd see it on other teams. And I think that relates really well with the people here, too. And they see it on the ice, of course, and they see it in the community, too. Jack Eichel, think of this, going to Raising Cane's, you know, and he's serving people. You know, some athletes would have rolled their eyes at that, you know, and maybe even just been a little bit kind of cool and aloof. But we showed video of him yesterday. He was down there serving up, you know, chicken fingers and whatnot with a smile on his face. Just happy to be there and happy to have the love from the people there.
And it's a two-way street. A reason that the players love playing here in Las Vegas is that they can go out in public. They can go shopping at the grocery store or go out to dinner, and they know they're not going to maybe get mobbed like they will in other cities, because we're so used to seeing high-profile people in and around Las Vegas that, yeah, people may wave or say hi or come over occasionally, but it's not going to be a scene like you would see in a lot of other major pro sports cities. And the players love that they can have that family life and family atmosphere here as well. And going back to the players, they are, you know, as down to earth of a group as you could ever meet. And it's NHL players in general are that way. They have always been known to be extremely kind of chill compared to a lot of other pro athletes.
I got a funny story to tell, and then we're going to get out to Vincent Paloma. I was at a Raiders game. Dave Hall was there. And who should be there in one row in front of us was William Karlsson. And this is when he had the foot injury. And he, you know, he's probably too busy to watch us or even know who we were. But we're like, could we get a picture? And he got up, you know, with a crutch. I got it on my phone. You know, he's like, you know, a little bent over, smiling. You know, some athletes would be like, look at me, I'm injured. Take a hike. But he was happy to oblige.
So you made the guy that was injured get up to take a picture?
Well, when was this opportunity
that could have cost him another game on the injured list.
Well, they won the Stanley Cup, didn't they?
They did just fine.
Let's get out to Fox 5's Vince Sapienza, Paloma Villicana now. They are in Toshiba Plaza. They are in the thick of things out there, guys.
Yeah, that's right, guys. And, you know, to your point, another example of low ego, this team, every season when the prospects and the newly drafted players come in, the first team event they do is they go to Catholic Charities and they give back. They serve the less fortunate. So this is that low ego community type feel is ingrained in them from the very first day they got here. And you talk about the nostalgia, Paloma. 1 October, this team was embedded in the community since day one. They could have had time where they were practicing, getting ready for that first inaugural game on the road in Dallas. Instead, they were at the blood drives. They were delivering water, delivering food, doing any anything they can to try and bring a smile to their face. And it's so awesome to see it now come full circle in terms of the community giving back, because here it is, right? This is what it's all about.
Amazing. I mean, just look how the Golden Knights have transformed our valley. Everyone is so invested in sports, loves the sports teams out here. For the youth hockey teams, what the Raiders are doing, it's just amazing to see what the Golden Knights have done in our city. And this crowd is ready to see the Golden Knights. They're ready to see the Stanley Cup. There were over 10,000 fans out here for Game 5. There's going to be more than that tonight, Vince. It's just amazing to see. This has to be the best night in Las Vegas ever.
You know, to that number, 13,000 are expected here on the plaza, 20,000 from here to the boulevard. But Paloma, you know, it was interesting. Just 24 hours ago, we were talking with Golden Knights owner Bill Foley, and he joked that, you know, with the win, they got to create some new sheets of ice, because there's going to be a whole new generation of junior Golden Knights that are now going to want to be out there and not just become Golden Knights, but become Stanley Cup champions, just like their heroes did earlier this week right here at T-Mobile Arena. And he said, we got some work to do on that. We're going to need some help from the city. They're looking in Henderson. They're looking in North Las Vegas to do some things. But again, you just, it can't help but talk about the full circle moment. We talked about welcome to Impossible Year 1. Welcome to the home of the Stanley Cup champs.
And this has to fire up the Aces, who are riding a 9-1 record, looking to win another title. I know Becky Hammond said she wants to add another parade to the city soon. So come September, come October, we could be doing this again, Vegas.
And Bruce Cassidy referenced that when he was in Boston, there was a little bit of a rivalry between the teams in the market. When everyone was winning championships, they didn't want to be that one team that fell just a little bit short. The Golden Knights holding another parade in less than a calendar year that the Aces did. And what an incredible scene this is. Absolute goosebumps. And it's not just fans. You've seen ushers that work inside T-Mobile Arena that are here. You've seen people that have been here since day one wearing Vegas Strong jerseys. And Kevin and John, it's a scene that picture won't do it justice, but just seeing the crowds, their faces, and what this means to them. The Golden Knights didn't win a Stanley Cup. This community did.
Well, I'll tell you what, you saw some pictures of the Stanley Cup, you know, players jumping off of buses with the cup and letting some lucky fans there touch that. That's part of what this championship is all about. It's not just the Golden Knights championship. It is Southern Nevada's championship and VGK Worldwide. They want the fans to be a part of everything because they are a big part of every game, home and away as well. And, you know, here's our some live pictures here on the strip as they're kind of taking the cup around a little bit and letting everybody get an up-close look and what was going on.
The Stanley Cup will reside in Las Vegas, but of course every player will get the cup, right, for a day over the next year. Is that how it plays out?
That's right. Every player gets the cup for a day to do whatever they would like, no matter where they want to take it in the world. So somebody like William Karlsson might elect to take it back home to Sweden and have a party with his friends and family and everything else. And they have to map the itinerary out and the plans with the NHL, of course. And then they get basically, it's just one nonstop party the entire summer for the cup and for all the players as well.
And what a sweet victory for the original Misfits to have that cup with them. All right, you are watching the Golden Knights Victory Parade live and nonstop on Fox 5. You are watching the Golden Knights Victory Parade live and nonstop on Fox 5.
And you were looking at Alex Pietrangelo with the cup on the bus as we give you an inside look at what's going on. It looks like Robbie Hunt, our photographer, is making his way from level 2 to level 1 because this party is so big. It's not just on one level. It is multi-tiered all throughout. But Alex Pietrangelo there with his family. And, you know, interestingly enough, when we talked about this right after they won the cup the other day, his daughter, who had some medical issues back in November, and Alex Pietrangelo took about a month off to be by her bedside, and there was some worries that she was not going to come out of that. And he openly admitted that he was talking about walking away from hockey immediately. She had a miraculous recovery, is getting better to this day. Pietrangelo came back, of course, to help the Golden Knights win the cup, and she was on the ice to celebrate with her dad the other night at T-Mobile Arena. And it was, you know, tears flowing from Alex and everybody down there on the ice.
And it was so many sweet moments on the ice when they won Game 5, including William Karlsson put his newborn into the cup with his wife nearby, right there, too. And that was another sweet image I remember seeing.
4 Golden Knights have newborns that were born in the latter half of the year, 2 in the playoffs. William Karlsson and Brett Howden both had newborns during the postseason. So pretty cool to see all the family. Those kids may not remember that moment, but they're going to have video and pictures that will be with them for a lifetime.
If that format exists when they get to adulthood. I was just remembering that we had the keeper of the cup in this very studio a couple of weeks ago, and I interviewed him live on Fox 5. And to see the cup up close really is awesome. And every team that wins, each player's name is inscribed. And as the time goes on and more teams are added, they go up the cup. And eventually they wind up in the NHL Hall of Fame. Their part of the band will wind up in the NHL Hall of Fame.
That's right. Once they go on the cup, it is guaranteed to be on the cup for 60 years as it moves its way up until they end up replacing that band. So essentially, for the rest of the players' lifetime, they will have their name on the cup to show their kids. And then it does go to the Hockey Hall of Fame. And each team gets a little more than 50 names that they can put on the cup. And it's not just the players that will go on there and the coaches. There will be some front office personnel that will also get their name on the cup as part of this, because it is such a team effort both behind the scenes and on the ice. And that's one of the greatest things that Bruce Cassidy, in one of the national interviews he did, the first thing they said, how do you feel? And he goes, I finally got my name on that cup.
It's immortality for them. I mean, it's really their legacy. And Bill Foley was interviewed by Vince Sapienza yesterday, and he revealed that he approached William Karlsson, you know, after he signed his contract, and he says, by the way, you know, I want 2 more cups in the next 3 years. So it'll be 4 cups in, I guess, 7 or 8 years that he wants. Like a good CEO, he's laying out expectations. So maybe they'll just keep inscribing the Knights for maybe 1 or 2 more years.
I think everybody would be happy with that. And on the right side of your screen, you're seeing that the cup's getting passed around. It's not just staying on one bus. They're moving that cup from, right now it's on the fire truck right now with some of our first responders enjoying it. It's going to make its way up and down on all of those buses and everybody on the parade route. So everybody's going to get a chance to hoist it again, whether they got a chance to do it on the ice or they get the chance to do it right now in this great parade.
Don't quote me on this, but the cup stands about 37 inches tall. It's about 37 pounds. So I think these players can handle that lift.
You know, a lot of them were a little worried because it's so taboo for a hockey player to not touch the cup until you win the cup. And some of them said they weren't really sure how heavy the cup was going to be. William Karlsson talked about the fact that he goes, you know, I don't have the biggest arms, so you know, it was a little lighter than I actually expected. But a lot of them didn't know how much it weighed, so they weren't sure how long you know, they were going to be able to hold it up above their head like that. But it's part of the mystique of hockey. It's really the greatest trophy in sports, and you know, just the stories that go with that cup and the tradition with hockey really makes it that much more special when you get a chance to win it.
And the cup is making its way along Las Vegas Boulevard. This parade started a little bit early. It's winding its way down to Toshiba Plaza. The schedule was for all the players to arrive in Toshiba Plaza for the rally at 9 o'clock. I would not be surprised, however, if things move ahead of schedule, which might be good news. You know, the athletes want to get to their parties. The the visitors, the fans, want to get to whatever they want to do on a Saturday night. I don't know. What would you do on a Saturday night on Las Vegas Boulevard?
Well, Las Vegas is known for not having clocks inside any of the casinos anyway, so if it starts early, who cares? Time is of no meaning whatsoever down on the Strip.
Could you imagine you're playing blackjack and you're like, I'm going to just step away to watch the parade, and you totally miss it. But I was on a roll.
One thing we will know, the party's going to continue, even if they do get done a little earlier, or maybe they fill the gap before they take the stage with a little party. This party for the players started well before they got on those buses. It has been really nonstop since they clinched this thing on Tuesday night, and I just think that they are enjoying every second of this because they know it is so rare. There are several players on the Golden Knights who have won this in the past. Alec Martinez, Alex Pietrangelo, Phil Kessel has won, Jonathan Quick, and also Chandler Stevenson, who won it with the Washington Capitals against the Golden Knights in year one. He's actually clinched 2 Stanley Cups on T-Mobile Ice, one with the Capitals and one with the Golden Knights.
And it's not easy to win a Stanley Cup. First of all, the season is brutal, and then you get into this incredibly long playoff season, and there are so many injuries. All you have to do is look at the Panthers and how some of their star players, and one in particular, was absolutely knocked out of that final game because he had a broken sternum, I believe.
Yeah, Matthew Tkachuk, who's their guy that kind of, the straw that stirs the drink, if you will, for that team. And he's the one that delivered that big hit on Jack Eichel at the beginning of the series, legal hit. And then Keegan Kolesar delivered a just as legal hit on him in Game 3, that first game in Florida. That's where the injury happened. He played through it in Games 3 and 4, was not able to go in Game 5, but goes back to the old, you got to dish it, you got to take it as well. So if you're going to dish it, you got to take it. And so both those hits were legal, but it really was something that maybe was a turning factor in this series, was the Game 3 hit that Keegan Kolesar had on Matthew Tkachuk. And you can see John Stevens there, one of the assistant coaches on there. This is his 3rd Stanley Cup. He was an assistant for the LA Kings for both of their Stanley Cup victories that Alec Martinez was a part of as well. This coaching staff that Bruce Cassidy put together has been just, top of the line stuff. John Stevens is his first year. Ryan Craig is an assistant coach who has been here from the very beginning with Gerard Gallant. And Misha Dashkov has been with the Golden Knights all the way through. And then Sean Burke, the goalie coach, who should be getting a lot of credit and has been because of what he's done, juggling 5 different goalies throughout the season.
Okay, you will not miss a moment of this parade because you are watching the Golden Knights Victory Parade live and non-stop on Fox 5.
Golden Knights Championship Parade here on Fox 5, where we are taking you live and non-stop through this entire parade. Your eyes will never lose sight of what is going on the boulevard and in Toshiba Plaza all throughout the evening. We are keeping continuous coverage going and a continuous picture up as we take you through the night on what is a historic evening here in Las Vegas.
And along with Kevin Bollinger, I'm John Huck, and it is 95 degrees down on the Strip. A warm night, but not too warm by Las Vegas standards, so it is a comfortable evening there for the thousands, perhaps. Maybe we're thinking maybe 35,000, perhaps more, down on the Strip enjoying all this, and an even equal number, I should say about 15,000 in Toshiba Plaza, another 20,000 along the Strip. Metro says that's what they're going to cap it at, but people can sneak through some places and just see it.
Yeah, there's going to end up being much more. This is going to get to triple figures very easily.
I can't wait to see the final number. Let's get out to my co-anchor colleague, Kim Passoff. She is live across from City Center this evening. Kim.
Yeah, John, Kevin, we are live at the Sugar Factory. That's on the corner of Planet Hollywood across from Aria and the shops at Crystal. What a vantage point we have here halfway through the parade. And they're giving out these pretty cool drink cups here. Definitely even the hockey pucks that look like cookies. But man, is this the best place to see the whole parade? What I think is really interesting that I can see from my vantage point is people are following that buses. They are following the entire parade route. They just want to see everything taken in. You saw it live on Fox 5. They were actually letting fans touch the Stanley Cup. The players were getting off, walking up to the fans, a bunch of people mobbing in, trying to get that once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to touch the Stanley Cup. It is just such a big party. We've had confetti flying everywhere. It's just been such a good time. Now, let me tell you, to get here, it has been kind of a nightmare because you have all the F1 paving going on right now. So I think a lot of people are showing up late. They might just make it for the watch party, the party that they're having at Toshiba Plaza at 9 p.m. because it took probably over an hour more than it normally would to get down here. We even see the construction workers lining the parade route at this point. Everybody just wants to be a part of this, take in this historic moment. It is so much fun. It is a great time. The weather is perfect as the sun has gone down here. Again, we are at Sugar Factory, and it is such a great vantage point. The parade, the buses just keep rolling by. You can see that every single person is happy and having a great time. And we love seeing those players get off the bus and interact with fans. We even saw Chance rolling at the beginning of the parade in a Bentley, rolling in style. So it has just been wonderful out here. What a moment for the history of Vegas. One of the most historic nights in our city sports-wise. And you're watching it live right here on Fox 5. John and Kevin?
And Kevin reminds me that I may have given a very conservative figure on the attendance. He said, no, it's going to be more like maybe 200,000.
That's what they're thinking, that it's going to be easily 200,000. They're going to pack in about 35,000 in that Toshiba Plaza. They're going to cap it right in the plaza, but then they're also going to have a certain amount of people. They're going to make that area from Toshiba Plaza to the Strip, and then unknown out on the Strip. My family is down there. My daughter just texted me, best day of my life. They're sitting there in front of the fountains at the Bellagio. They're just having a ball.
And to think, if you're a young person, you think this probably happens all the time, but how many markets have hockey teams that have never gotten to the Stanley Cup final? A lot. And we're talking big markets with hockey tradition in their blood that you'd think would do better at this. Yeah, it's been decades since Toronto has won a Stanley Cup, and that's kind of the hotbed of hockey up in that area. Canadian team, it's been more than 20 years since a Canadian team has won the Stanley Cup. So for the young kids in our area to be able to have a Stanley Cup championship team is part of their childhood that they're never going to forget. They're never going to forget this moment, that's for sure. And the Golden Knights are in rare company to get to the Stanley Cup and win the Stanley Cup in 6 years. I believe there's only 6 other teems that have done it, or 5 other teams that have done it. Yeah, it has not been done, I believe, since the Edmonton Oilers did it in 5 years, thanks to somebody named Wayne Gretzky. Yeah, I was just about to say. All right, you are watching the Golden Knights Victory Parade live and nonstop here on Fox 5. You're watching the Golden Knights Victory Parade live and nonstop on Fox 5. I'm John Huck along with Kevin Bollinger, our lead sports director here at the station. Great to have you in here to take us through what's happening here tonight, and what a party, a sea of gold on Las Vegas Boulevard.
Yeah, they are packed deep there on the Strip in terms of getting a glimpse of everything that's going on. This is phenomenal to see the city turn out. And as we've talked about several times, this is an opportunity for everyone to have their moment with the Golden Knights. The tickets are expensive. Let's face it, a lot of people can't get, and they're hard to get. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't get the opportunity to go to a game, but they're just as loyal a fan as anybody else. They watch all those games on TV, and this is their opportunity to come down and enjoy the celebration and the championship.
I might be mistaken, but I thought I saw just for a moment on one of those buses Bill Foley. Would that be possible?
That would be very possible. I believe he is going to be front and center on the celebration.
As well he should.
Yeah, he spent the money to come here and took a chance, and he's made a lot of money in the investment industry, and I think that I asked him if this was the best investment he ever made. He said it's the most fun investment he ever made, which makes me wonder, he must have had some really good investments other than this one, because the Golden Knights have probably doubled in value.
And in doing my homework on this night, they were talking about how Foley would always pick value stocks when he was in the business world. And one sports writer, and I can't remember the name, I wish I could, but he made the comparison to how he made value picks for the Golden Knights as well. Players who might have been cast off by other franchises, got them a little bit under market value, and that's really how he built this team.
Yeah, George McPhee, who was the general manager in year one and is now the president of hockey operations, and this is what's kind of upset maybe a lot of longtime hockey fans with the salary cap rules, but a lot of the other franchises were basically wanted the Golden Knights to take a specific player in the expansion draft, and so they said, we'll give you this player on top of the one that you pick if you pick this player. And that's exactly how the Golden Knights got Jonathan Marchessault and Riley Smith. The Florida Panthers, of all teams, wanted the Golden Knights to take Jonathan Marchessault in the expansion draft, and to do so, they gave them Riley Smith and to take on his contract. And they turned out to be two of the key players in this franchise's history, and they came back to bite the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup final.
Right, and remember how much flack management got in the offseason with all their moves, and they just kept plowing ahead. And they said, look, this is the business side of this team. I mean, it can be nasty, but we're doing what we have to do to get a Stanley Cup, and it worked.
Yeah, General Manager Kelly McCrimmon knows that he's not always going to be the most popular person, that he has to make hard decisions, but he's making decisions that he felt was the best for the Golden Knights, and his decisions paid off with everything that he moved in the last couple of years.
Let's get out to our colleagues Joe Vigil and Jacqueline Schultz tonight for the first time this evening. Guys, are you getting a good view of some of the buses passing by?
Oh,
awesome.
John,
awesome.
Kevin, we are living our life like it's golden. We are on the balcony of the Hard Rock. People started to get here around 4 p.m. You could hear the crowd starting to cheer. They see the bus starting to roll up behind us. So here have been packed and packing the streets, like I said, since about 4 p.m. You just hear the crowd behind us starting to get loud. The cheerleaders are in front, riling people up, getting people excited.
Yeah, you might not be able to hear us, or we're not going to be able to hear each other pretty soon because it's going to get loud here. But I got here about 4, and there were people lined up across the street. And we were over at Game 5, and we were up at the New Sweat Steakhouse, and we're looking over to Toshiba Plaza, and it was such a huge crowd.
Yes.
This is probably 20 times what that was over there. I mean, I kind of get the chills when I hear this crowd and I see this crowd. So here comes the bus.
Here it comes.
Right underneath the bridge right now. You can see people have been waiting since probably before 4 o'clock, so they've been out here for 3 hours, and they are now seeing their Golden Knights. They're cheering on their Golden Knights. We are hearing "Go Knights, go!" We see the confetti being tossed in the air, and we're seeing flags waving and the pom-poms. I mean, this is what a championship looks like right here.
And this is what a championship city, what a championship team, and what a championship fan base looks like. Sheer excitement and sheer hometown pride, because this truly shows what Vegas-born is. People coming here, people braving traffic. I heard people taking off of work early at 2 p.m., the bus, to be able to come here, to be able to go, to want to be here so early, to just be happy to see their fans, their hometown team, and truly our hometown heroes who have represented our valley so proud, brought us through the darkest times of 1 October, and we are cheering them on as they are here hoisting the Stanley Cup. And you hear it, it is getting loud, and folks are proud.
This is so cool, and sorry we keep looking away, but I have to watch this. You know, what's so cool about this too is I know some fans who saw their first hockey game this year ever for the first time, and they loved it, and they are now Golden Knights fans forever, cheering the team on. I mean, all these people out here right now. I mean, I'm looking down from the New York to Park MGM, and it's just packed. Now you can maybe hear behind me up at the Hard Rock people chanting "Go Knights, go!" as the buses come by. The cheering is nonstop. It's only getting louder, and people are just crazy about the Golden Knights. It is so cool to say they're Stanley Cup champions, and you can see on the buses it says the Realm is united after uniting the Realm. We wanted to do that. We did it. We heard people, Jacqueline earlier, say, "We want the cup. We want the cup." We got the cup.
We got the cup.
I haven't seen the cup yet. Have you?
We see it somewhere on one of these 3 buses. But you know, when we talk about uniting the Realm, we have fans who have come here from far and wide, from across the country, who got a hotel room here to be able to come and see their fans. Right here in the middle, you see them hoisting. It looks like part of the cup right there.
I don't know, that's Marshall. It looks like it's the playoff MVP trophy, I believe is what we're looking at right there. You can hear people behind us now are saying MVP. I believe that's what that was. That was the playoff MVP, so people are yelling MVP. The cheerleaders were out here. They got everybody fired up. I am sure that this crowd is louder than a jet engine by far right now. It's so hard to hear.
And you know what?
Such energy.
We have a little bit of a view of T-Mobile from here as the buses are coming by. I saw pictures at around 4 p.m. and it was packed. It was packed to what the eye could see. So anything we saw from Game 5 is nothing compared to this on the plaza. And we're just talking about the plaza. You could just see crowds upon crowds from north to south of Las Vegas Boulevard. I want to know what the true tally is, because this looks more like New Year's Eve. They predicted 20,000 people, but everyone I had been talking to, going from the doctor's office, from the plumber, anyone, are you going to the parade? We're going to be there. So it feels like half the valley is here.
There's so many people, so I can see Toshiba Plaza right now from where we're standing on the Hard Rock in the second floor as confetti comes down on us, which is really cool.
This is amazing.
You could see earlier, I would say 45 minutes ago, you could see a path from where we are to Toshiba. Right now you can't see much of a path. That's all filled in. From what I can see from the Park MGM all the way down to the Excalibur, and it is wall-to-wall people on both sides. Now, on this side earlier, there weren't too many people, but now you really can't move on this side. And the other side, again, it is packed with people from just outside the Hard Rock all the way to Toshiba Plaza. And this is so cool, because, the first game that happened October 6, 2017 against the Dallas Stars, and here we are today as Stanley Cup champions. This is our 6th year. Bill Foley said he wanted a cup in 6 years. He almost got it in 1. Now he has it in 6 years. And Bill was talking about he wanted it again. So there's no letting up at this point.
He wants a couple more in 3 years.
He does now. I mean, hey, winners find ways to win, and you never know what's going to happen next year. We've got more people. We've got a fire truck here now with folks on
look
it,
at the firefighters. They are riling up the crowd, too.
Right
and thank you to all our first responders who are really making sure everyone in the crowd is safe. They've been just making sure people are okay. It's been hot earlier today. It's perfect now, but people started to get here around 4 p.m. and it was pretty toasty. So people were trying to hydrate, get a good spot, get a good glimpse, and people are just excited. And Metro Police, great kudos to them, just keeping the crowd very safe, and also firefighters and all the EMS as well, making sure all these tens of thousands, if not, we'll have to see if it's more than 100 or 200,000.
It's crazy. I mean, here's more confetti coming down right now.
Here it is.
You see, it looks like on the other side.
Us. Look at this, guys.
It's raining down confetti on us right now.
If you come back at us, look at this crowd.
Grab one for a little souvenir, the championship parade.
Wow.
You see the players, it looks like over there, firing off maybe a little champagne, I would imagine, into the crowd, and the crowd is loving it.
Yeah, I'm seeing some spraying.
Here comes all the buses now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go Knights, go. We're going to pause just for a minute. Can you hear this? Let's pause for a second, see if you can hear this. Listen.
They were cheering, "Go Knights,
go! Go Knights, go!" We've been hearing that for a while now.
And you see the confetti coming at us. It's just, even though we're across the street, the energy of all this is just overwhelming. We felt it from when it started on the other side of the parade. You could hear the rumbling a little bit. You could hear the crowd cheering. And it was kind of like a wave going down Las Vegas Boulevard from Flamingo. You could just hear the crowd getting louder and louder, but they've been cheering. They've been cheering for the past hour or so.
And it just keeps getting louder. I mean, you could just, it goes in waves. It's like all of a sudden they're loud, and then all of a sudden they're even louder and louder yet. But it is so fun to watch, and I've talked to quite a few people about the Golden Knights. I talked to one of my friends yesterday who's recently moved to Nevada, been here maybe 3 or 4 years or so, and she said that she's seen Golden Knights players out and about at community events, and she is just so impressed with these guys, the whole team, how cool they are, how casual they are. Don't think they're bigger than anybody else, not even close. They're just so classy, and I think people really have felt that the whole way throughout this whole series, and I think that we've all seen the team playing classy as well, keeping it classy on the ice. I know a lot of people thought some of the teams were playing dirty. The Knights in some cases not taking it and pushing back a little bit, but when you listen to them too, and now you understand the roar from the people, but that they were always so calm and collected about themselves, and when they were down, they'd lose a game, they'd never say, well, that's it. It was like, hey, we'll learn some things from that game, we'll move on, and we'll go for the next game. We're thinking of the next game. And they were always so calm about it, and I think that's what a lot of people appreciate about the Knights, is that just their demeanor, and just like everybody else, just like a person you see on the street, nice guy walking down the street.
And truly keeping their eyes on the prize, and that's really what put them so ahead of Florida throughout this whole thing. We saw some really, really not cool plays, some really dirty plays, but focus is really key, taking the high road, and it just shows how it pays off. It pays off in a championship, and that's why, as we unite the realm, it is so much bigger than Las Vegas, because fans from across the country, across the world, see this team, they see the players, they see how each one sees they are representing Vegas proud and Vegas strong.
Go Knights, go. Yes. Back to you guys in the studio.
Joe and Jacqueline, thank you. We have the Nightline there on the left-hand side, entertaining the crowds now. Really could surpass 6 figures, maybe even get up to 200,000.
Yeah, it's going to be, judging by how deep the fans were lined up, on Las Vegas Boulevard, especially we saw those shots from on top of the bus from our sports photographer Robbie Hunt there in front of the Shake Shack area right there by the New York. Lots of people gathered in those pouches right there, which heads out towards Toshiba Plaza. And you also saw the players kind of having some good time, spraying maybe some of the beer out on the fans to let them in on the celebration as well. Alec Martinez, one of them, as they say, there's no party like a Marty party. And he certainly knows how to celebrate a Stanley Cup. This is his third Stanley Cup as an NHL player.
And Chance also getting the crowd fired up. Bill Foley was talking to Vince last night, and he said, after the game, I went in there, they gave me a pair of goggles. I walked in, the champagne was spraying, and he's like, this really isn't kind of my scene. So he went home and had a couple of cocktails to celebrate. Mission accomplished, Mr. Foley.
Yeah, he's got to be very satisfied with what he has seen happen, and it's not just him bringing the team here. It was hiring the right people in the beginning to get this thing going, and then letting them do what they had to do to make this a championship team. And he has been hands-on, but he has not gotten in the way of the hockey people making the hockey decisions that they have to make. And that is the best kind of owner in sports. Somebody who's willing to open up the checkbook, but not necessarily get in the way. Here we are on top of the bus. That's Alec Martinez and Shea Theodore and their significant others with the Stanley Cup. You can see they're right in front of the New York. Look at the mobs of people heading out towards that area. Now the parade is going to go to Tropicana, and then they're going to flip a U-turn and then come back to the entrance to Toshiba Plaza right there. So these fans are going to get double shots of the players as they come through, and the players probably in the meantime doing double shots of their own.
I was just thinking that picture gets a few likes on their Instagram pages. When you talk about championships, Kevin, of course you had the Aces championship last year, and then you'd have to go all the way back to 1990 in the Runnin' Rebels national title run. And at the time, we interviewed Lois Tarkanian, the wife of the late Jerry Tarkanian, of course, the head coach, and she said it was a different time back then, but she said the feeling is still the same. Just people coming out in mass to be a part of a championship team.
It's community pride, and it was for the Runnin' Rebels and still is to this day, and it is for the Golden Knights and will be for generations to come.
You're watching the Golden Knights Victory Parade live and nonstop here on Fox 5. You're watching the Knights Victory Parade live and non-stop here on Fox 5.
And you can see the players as the Stanley Cup makes its way from bus to bus for everybody to have a piece of it and celebrate. As you can see, the Golden Knights are not holding back in their celebration, as they should celebrate really what is a lifetime achievement. I mean, these players, if people only knew the amount of effort and time that goes in to get to where they are from childhood and going to these, a lot of them had to leave home at the age of like 14, 15 years old to go play juniors. Also with the parents. William Karlsson, the shirts off. We saw Jonathan Marchessault without his shirt off. Now Karlsson is joining suit.
It has a Mardi Gras feel to it, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, I think he has some beads on, too. He's happy.
I think...
Someone hold him steady, will you?
There we go. You definitely don't want the bus to make the shortstop there on there. But
well, pace yourself, William Karlsson. It's a long night.
It is. Laurent Brossoit right there as well on the bus. Everybody being a part of this parade.
Let's go out to our colleague Danny Maston. She's live by New York, New York tonight. Danny.
Yeah, guys. Oh my gosh, it is so exciting out here right now. The energy is insane. Now the buses are starting to slowly pass us here, but I'm joined with some really special fans here. We've got a father and daughter. This is Tessa and this is Scott. Guys, when you're watching this right now, I mean, what is going through your mind?
Oh, this is so much fun.
It's really exciting. It's so exciting, right?
Yeah.
What it's like to see this.
Vegas deserves this, all right? I mean, especially after 1 October. But we all deserve this. We wanted the cup. We got the cup. So we're just very happy to be here. So.
And you guys were telling me that you guys are season ticket holders, and it's a special bond. You guys go together, right? Every single game.
Yeah, we go. Well, not every game. You know, we do split season tickets, but she's always willing to go with me. So I'm like my hockey buddy right here. So we're just so happy to be down here. We got down here early, so we can get good seats. Having a great time. Go Knights.
And like you said, this is so just exciting for Vegas, and we deserve this. So to be able to witness this part of, this kind of history today, I mean, how just exciting is that for you? You're going to hold on to this forever, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's why as soon as the parade said it was coming out, we were so happy to be here. Vegas, like I said, deserves this. I've never been to a victory parade before. Well, I've lived out here 22 years, so we're happy as can be. So to be able to share this with my daughter is just a wonderful thing. So.
Now, I know you did one special thing for today's parade, right? Let's see it. What did you do?
I made a poster and did my nails. I did my nails just the Knights colors, yellow and gray. So
I love it, girl. I love it. Let's see that poster. Can we see that poster you made? Let's check out the poster here, guys. Here, I'll help you out. New York. The buses are slowly starting to pass us here. We're going to be out here. We're going to be bringing you everything. I'll send it back to you guys in studio for now.
Thank you so much. And you are watching the Golden Knights Victory Parade live and nonstop on Fox 5. You're watching the Golden Knights Victory Parade live and nonstop on Fox 5. I'm John Huck, along with my colleague, Sports Director Kevin Bollinger, and we are bringing you this parade, and it is a party, Kevin, a sea of gold, perhaps as many as several 100,000 people on the Strip right now.
Yeah, the players and the coaches, as well as every single employee of the Golden Knights organization, a part of this parade. This bus you're looking at right here has all the coaches on it, including Bruce Cassidy, who won the Stanley Cup with the Golden Knights. You can see him there on the far left with his wife and 2 kids there. He was hired just 1 year ago, 1 day shy, is when they won the Stanley Cup. 364 days from the date he was hired as the Golden Knights head coach to him winning the Stanley Cup after he was fired by the Boston Bruins. And he did go to a Stanley Cup final with Boston a couple of years ago, lost it in 7 games, so this is his first chance to hoist the cup himself.
And it kind of sticks with the theme that Foley has with the Golden Knights, is that they take cast-offs from other teams because they still recognize these people have contributions to make. And just like you said, Cassidy was fired almost a year, almost a year to the date that he was fired from Boston. Here he is in a victory parade on Las Vegas Boulevard for his Golden Knights team that he led so brilliantly in the playoffs. I mean, just the way that he kept the faith give me the goalie's name one more time.
With Adin Hill.
Adin Hill, who gave up 2 goals, I believe, early in the series, and he didn't panic, kept him in. He believed in his players all the time. They had a process, and he just kind of pressed that plan, and it worked.
And one of the things that Bruce Cassidy, for anybody who listened to his interviews all throughout the season, he's very good at talking fans through exactly what his mindset is and the teams. And I think that Golden Knights fans learned a lot about hockey from Bruce Cassidy this year, because he did a very good job of kind of opening up the doors to what was going on. You don't see coaches do that a lot in professional sports. He was very good at that.
Another way they bring the fans into the game. Let's get out to our colleague Mike Allen now on Las Vegas Boulevard and in the middle of all the action. Mike, what do you have?
Well, I'm right outside of Excalibur right now. I'm across from New York. We've been seeing buses go in and around the corner, and I found the cutest family. Danny just talked to a father-son duo. I've got another, or a father-daughter duo, I should say. I've got another one. This is a lifelong Golden Knights fan. Right. Come on over. Okay,
so go Knights, go.
Okay, so you're here at this parade. What is this like for you?
It's honestly awesome. She has just started to really get into the game, so bringing her down here, she was so excited to come see the Knights on the parade, and she's obviously having a great time.
Of course, you got to start them early.
Yeah.
So she's a big Knights fan. Who's your favorite player on the team? What do you think? Or what's your favorite part about hockey? She's shy. It's okay. It's okay. What do you think her answer would be?
Marshy. Yep.
Of course. Yep. The winner, the MVP of the playoffs.
That's right.
How could you say no? Okay. So for the rest of the parade, what are you looking for? Would you come here basically looking for the energy? Did you come to see the players?
Taking the cup back to Vegas.
Exactly. Just celebrating. We're really proud of our team and our city. It's awesome to be a part of it.
I love that. Yeah. Well, hey, thank you guys so much. I'm going to send it back to you guys for now in the studio. Yeah, I'm right outside the Excalibur. Folks lined up here about 6:30, and it's definitely popping right now. We got a lot of different folks. A lot of people dressed really fun. Of course, it's Vegas. Why not? Okay, going to send it back to you in the studio now. Reporting live, Mike Allen, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.
There are some hockey towns, and thanks, Mike, that wait years for a Stanley Cup. My friends back in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where I worked in the late 90s, the running joke now is they refer to us as the long-suffering fans of Las Vegas.
You know, the one thing about Las Vegas, which makes it such an interesting sports town, is because there are so many people that have moved here from the Northeast, from Canada, from the Great Lakes region. They had their hockey teams that they grew up with, and a lot of them have adopted the Golden Knights. Those that maybe moved to Las Vegas from the West Coast, California, or up in the Pacific Northwest, maybe didn't have a hockey team that they were tried and true with, so it was easy for them to latch on with the Golden Knights. And of course, the locals who were born and raised here latched on right away. But we're seeing some of these people that have lived in other hockey cities that have moved out here to Las Vegas really take a liking to the Golden Knights and move their devotions towards the gold and black.
You know, and one such person is a friend of mine who moved here from Boulder, Colorado at my insistence with his wife and son. And he was at Game 5 with his wife on Tuesday night. And on Wednesday, he texted me this: the sport we didn't know we loved, the team we didn't know we needed. I thought that was really well put.
And hockey really is one of those sports that once you get into it, especially if you can watch a game live and in person, you'll be hooked.
And it's so true because you get into the game and there is such an energy even before the players take the ice, especially the way the Knights do it. And it's that whole presentation that we're seeing here tonight on Las Vegas Boulevard. But you go into the Fortress and it is just a nonstop, like a rock and roll energy inside the Fortress, even before the players take the ice.
You're getting a good look of everything that is going on as we give you the Vegas Golden Knights Championship Parade live and non-stop on Fox 5. We're going straight on through the break. Stay with us.
You are watching the Golden Knights Victory Parade live and nonstop on Fox 5. I'm John Huck along with sports director Kevin Bollinger. And what a sea of people, a New Year's Eve style crowd on Las Vegas Boulevard.
And everybody seems to be enjoying themselves, whether you're on one of those buses or out on the street. We've seen the players throwing some types of memorabilia and shirts out to the fans. The Stanley Cup making its way down on the street for people to get a touch of it. And it is a community love affair with the Golden Knights and Southern Nevada, and a celebration that we have not seen in this city since the Runnin' Rebels won the national championship
in 1990. And a love affair, as you mentioned, Kevin, that dates back to 2017. Someone mentioned that this was a team born of tragedy because the Golden Knights took the ice not long after 1 October. And they really fanned out into the community before many people even had a chance to understand who the players were. You'd see William Karlsson and some of the others just going to blood drives, whatever was happening. And at the first game, I remember them saying, we are going to do whatever we can to help this community heal.
And I think that is one of the things that has made this team so special and has been so attractive to people who are not sports fans. And that is the tie-in with the 1 October that allowed people to kind of see what they were doing in the community. And we saw, and I've talked to a lot of people that said, look, I don't watch any type of sports, but I watch the Golden Knights.
Right.
We were hearing about that first season, residents in homes where they were having watch parties for games. And I think that is part of what makes this team so special, and it's a perfect example of why sports isn't about games, it's about community if it's done right, and this team is about community.
Well, and they adopted the slogan early on, Vegas born, and this is a team that was born in Vegas, and there it is, the Stanley Cup.
The cup's getting passed around, and how many hands have been on that cup over the last few days? It has been one party after another, and that party is not going to stop anytime soon.
Nor should it. We're having a lot of fun out here. Fox 5's Vince Sapienza and Paloma Villicana are live out at Toshiba Plaza now, right in the thick of things, guys.
Yeah, John, Kevin, I don't know if there's a bad seat here at this parade. It is incredible. The scene behind us is wild. It is officially shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow. Everybody's kind of nestled in to their spot, waiting for these guys to arrive and get to their rally and make some speeches.
I mean, you can feel the excitement, the energy. I don't know if you can look behind us. I mean, it is a sea of VGK fans. It's just incredible to see. I know you'll remember this night forever. I know the Golden Knights and the entire city will remember this night, and I think these fans are ready to see the Golden Knights and the Stanley Cup take the stage. But to see Toshiba Plaza transform like this, to see the entire strip lit up in gold for the Golden Knights, it's truly an amazing historic night here in Vegas.
And to give you a little bit of a feel of what we're feeling here on the stage at the side where normally the DJ is playing before Golden Knights games and after Golden Knights victories. So on the main stage, they are showing the buses and the players, and every time they show a Golden Knights player, there's a loud cheer. But every time they touch that Stanley Cup and raise it above their head, it's like they scored a goal inside the Fortress. It is as loud as we heard Tuesday night. But Paloma, this shouldn't be surprising, because once the Golden Knights won that Stanley Cup Tuesday night here at T-Mobile Arena, ushers and security had to force fans out of the building. Nobody wanted to leave. And when I was talking to guys who were on the ice celebrating with family and friends, they said they didn't want to leave the ice. They just wanted to soak in this moment as much as possible, and that's what we're seeing here tonight.
Yeah, and I think the Golden Knights have sparked an energy in the Valley for professional teams, collegiate teams, high school teams. How do you not want to win a championship when you're looking at the Golden Knights? You're looking at what this city can do. I know the UNLV Rebels, I know the Raiders will be hungry to win a championship, and the Aces say they are feeding off the Golden Knights energy. Becky Hammond saying, hey, they want to do this come October. Vegas, I think we're ready for another parade.
And so what are we seeing here at the stage? We're seeing fans young and old. Yes, they waited a long 6 years for this Stanley Cup, but the enjoyment on these faces is absolutely priceless. And I got to say, the amount of flamingos I am seeing in the stands. I know we have Chance the Gila Monster. We have the Golden Knight. I think the flamingo, the victory flamingo, has now become the unofficial mascot for the Stanley Cup champion winning Golden Knights. And if I know Bill Foley, there's always a way to make another buck, a way to create something new. Do we see a pink flamingo ultra reverse retro Stanley Cup sweater? I don't know, I'm just throwing things out here, but it's an incredible scene. Everybody's excited. The creative juices are flowing.
I mean, this is a night we're going to talk about for the rest of our lives, and just to be a part of history, whether you're watching this at home, whether you're out here enjoying it, we are all a part of history tonight.
And before this night is through, John Kevin, I'm going to find either a Chance the Gila Monster hat or one of those flamingo hats, and I'm bringing it back to you two in the studio.
Well, that sounds great, because I want some of this swag. I want to have something that I can put on my desk saying we were there for this, even though Kevin and I are in the studio.
And you know, as Vincent Paloma were talking, and you can see the back of him as soon as his bus gets by there, you saw a gentleman with the Mexican flag there, Jesus Lopez. He's the Spanish language broadcaster for the Golden Knights. They're one of the very few NHL teams that do a Spanish language broadcast of all the games. And we talk about growing the game and growing to all of the community. That's been a big part of that as well. And Jesus does an incredible job. If you've seen his calls for goals on social media, they are fantastic when somebody scores a goal. So just another part of why this team has embraced everybody in the community to try and become a fan, and one of the few NHL teams to do a Spanish language broadcast.
So here we are, 8:05 on a Saturday evening, and what a great way to spend a Saturday evening. We've got perhaps several 100,000 fans down on Las Vegas Boulevard and Toshiba Plaza. We do believe the parade is running ahead of schedule right now, and perhaps the rally that we thought would get underway at 9 p.m. perhaps might start a little bit early, but I do make you this guarantee is that you will not miss a thing, because we are going to be on live and nonstop as we follow the parade along here. On the Golden Knights, Stanley Cup champions, they've already wrapped their vehicles and the buses as well, and they got that done lickety-split. They must have known. They must have had a sense this is our time and it's going to happen.
And look at the scene there at Toshiba Plaza as everybody waits for all of the players to get in place on the stage to hear all of those speeches. You never know what is going to come out of the mouths of the players when they win, and that's kind of what the anticipation's all for.
Well, the Aces got very salty. I remember that, having some concern as we are a public station here, public airwaves, so we have to watch what goes on over the airwaves. But we hope they'll keep it fun, but maybe eliminate some of the saltier language for the folks at home.
They'll be on their best behavior, and we have a delay button just in case.
And we have someone at the ready. You're watching the Golden Knights Victory Parade live and nonstop on Fox 5. You're watching the Golden Knights victory parade, now turning into a rally, because we just understand from our folks out there in the Las Vegas Boulevard that, well, the last of the buses are making the turn now into Toshiba Plaza. So now we wait for the players to take the stage here, and we expect that to happen by 9 p.m. It could happen a little bit earlier because things seem to be moving fairly quickly, Kevin.
Yeah, that parking lot right there that the buses are pulling into is the players' parking lot right behind T-Mobile Arena, where they park for each of the games, and that parking ramp you see is the one that goes into the New York parking garage. So that's going to be the staging point for all of these buses as the players get off there. They'll kind of get everybody gathered again and then go out, as you said, as the parade turns into a rally, and they have got a huge crowd waiting for them at that rally.
So we heard Bill Foley say this week that he wants 2 more Stanley Cups, but at the same time, Kevin, we also have perhaps some personnel moves coming up with free agency with some key players, including Adin Hill, the goalie, who performed brilliantly during the final and saved. We'll get to that point in just a moment. I'm being asked to toss out to Mike Allen. So chew over my question that you know is coming, Kevin, and let's get out to Mike Allen now. Mike, what you got?
Okay, so I've got a couple of guys who are really into hockey. What are your names, first of all?
I'm Grant.
Xander.
All right, so you guys, you have full hockey pads on. You've got your gloves. Okay, so you clearly are getting ready to play hockey. You might be a little young. Are you learning to skate and all that? Yeah?
Every day, yeah.
Oh, I love that. Okay, great. So now you grew up around hockey. You were telling me before we just went on air, you're from Canada.
Yeah.
You moved here, and what were you expecting?
I didn't think it was a hockey town. I didn't know anything about it other than I saw the Knights, before. But this is as much a hockey town for the people as any Canadian city I've ever lived in, for sure.
I
lived in Toronto, Montreal, everywhere. So they're crazy about hockey here. I love it. So,
what was it like being at the parade here?
It was fun. It was just good to see the cup. I mean, it was hard the other night to see it. So I've seen the cup. I grew up dreaming about it. What did you say all day the other day? We want the cup? You were screaming, we want the cup.
There you go. And now you finally got to see it.
I got to see
What was it like actually seeing the cup? Had you seen the cup in person before?
Yeah, in 1994, I was in the Garden when the Rangers won.
Oh, that's so cool.
I was cheering for the Canucks, so I didn't get to do it. So it was good. But you want to get your name on it forever, right?
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is our next Vegas-born superfan and player right here. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Going to send it out to you guys in the theater. We've got a lot of folks around here who've got some interesting backstories. Actually, I'm being told to send it back to the studio right now, but hopefully we get to interview a couple other folks. For now, live at the Strip, Mike Allen, Fox 5 News.
Okay, Mike, thank you. Again, the players are pulling into the player parking lot. This is where they park before they go and work their magic on the ice of the Fortress.
Instead of the sports cars and the trucks, a lot of them drive big trucks, actually.
Do they?
This is buses that are parked in this area here, and they're kind of going to get all the players gathered around and go over the next step for them in terms of what's going to happen here in this rally as they get everybody set to get on stage.
Any word on who we expect to hear from tonight? I know, the typical, the usual suspects, but anyone else?
That's the big question, and a lot of it is going to be dependent on whether the players want to go up and talk. Some are a little more shy than others. But, of course, we'll hear from the captain, Mark Stone. We know Marchie's not going to turn down an opportunity to talk. And we'll hear from Bill Foley and the likes as well. And I think that once the vibe gets going, it's just what everybody wants to do up there on the stage.
All right. You are watching the Golden Knights Victory Parade, now soon to be Victory Rally, live and nonstop on Fox 5. You're watching the Golden Knights victory parade. Now, really, the victory rally is about to get underway live and nonstop on Fox 5. I'm John Huck, joined by sports director Kevin Bollinger. And Kevin was just mentioning during the break that there is a significant Metro Police presence out there, as there should be. But, I was interviewing Mayor Carolyn Goodman a couple days ago for a piece that may or may not run tonight. We're having too much fun, right? But she said that she was very happy with, after Game 5, that really the fans are very, they celebrated, but it was very under control and really kind of cleared out early that night. I know it's a work night and people have got jobs and lives to lead, but, it's not what you see in some cities after they win a championship. Specifically Denver, thank goodness. We heard and reported on what happened in Denver after the Nuggets won their championship.
Yeah, unfortunately, what we've seen in a lot of major professional sports teams on the night that they win championships, some of the fans get out of control, and it's led to issues. We did not have that problem in Las Vegas, and I think that that's a sense of pride. It also goes back to the fact that this community knows that image is extremely important, and people can go out and have a good time without causing problems, and we're seeing that same type of thing tonight here. Everybody's enjoying the parade, but it does not appear that there are any issues out there. Everybody just having a good time.
Right, and Metro knows how to do big events because they have so many here, including New Year's Eve. And now tonight's victory rally. Let's get out to Danny Maston live for us. Danny.
Yeah, guys, just like you mentioned, it really was awesome out here. Everybody was just so excited. And I've got a great group of people right here, a great group of fans. You guys, the parade just finished. It just passed us on, coming on this direction here. What went through your mind?
It was so great that we won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, what was it like to see the parade?
It was so cool that we've only been around for 6 years and we already are won the Stanley Cup. It's amazing.
Yeah. What did you think of the parade?
I was just surprised that we got it. Well, not surprised. I knew they were going to get it. They're a good team.
And what was our favorite part? What did you guys like seeing out there tonight?
I like seeing the players drunk.
Well, I wasn't expecting that one. What else? What else was your favorite thing to see?
I really liked seeing all the players in person. It was just a really cool experience to me.
What about seeing the cup? I mean, how awesome was that?
Yeah, that was really dope too.
You and I were talking a little bit about, we would love to see this happen again next year, right? Tell me a little bit, about your hopes for that to happen.
Well, we are the best team in the NHL, and this cup's going to stay here for a long time. Go Knights, go Vegas born. So grateful to be here on this day. Once in a lifetime opportunity.
Anything else, you guys? Anything else you want to say? Go Knights, go! Go Knights, go! All right, guys. Yep, the parade just passed us here on Tropicana and Las Vegas Boulevard. Just amazing vibes. So fun. I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio.
Danny, thank you. And those kids and many other kids are going to get on TikTok, Instagram, whatever social media sites they're on, and they're going to broadcast videos to, their kids in other cities, and they'll be like, hey, what's up? We want that. And they can't have it yet.
That's right. I don't think that Las Vegas wants to give this up anytime soon,
No.
and they hope that this becomes an annual occurrence, although that is extremely hard to do in sports. It is a tall order. We'll get in throughout the night about how the Golden Knights can possibly do that moving forward.
We'll take a quick break here just to remind you, you are watching the Golden Knights victory rally live and nonstop here on Fox 5. You're watching the Golden Knights victory rally live and nonstop on Fox 5. John Huck along with sports director Kevin Bollinger. Kevin, Bill Foley says he wants 2 more cups, and you'd like to think we could just bottle the lightning right now and just capture what we have and just move forward and go with that. But that's impossible because, as we know, there's a free agency season and there's a number of key players who are up, right?
That's true, although the Golden Knights are probably better situated than most championship teams are in terms of players coming back. Usually a team wins a championship. If they have a lot of free agents, they're going to go after the big payday that other teams are going to offer. But the Golden Knights actually have 21 players that are already signed for next season, so they don't have that many free agents. The ones that they do, though, are key. 3 of their goalies are going to be unrestricted free agents, including Adin Hill, who's probably going to fetch between $4 and $5 million on the free agent market. Laurent Brossoit, who made $2.325 million for the Golden Knights last year, he'll probably get about $3 million. Remember, he was a starting goaltender for the Golden Knights in that opening series against Winnipeg and the first part of the Edmonton series before he got hurt, but he was rolling as well. And then Jonathan Quick, who's now won 3 Stanley Cups. He's a veteran, but he wants to come back and play. From what I understand, he would play for probably the veteran minimum, so you could sign him for cheaper. Logan Thompson, who was the Golden Knights goalie for a lot of this year, and then got injured, he is signed for next year. So Adin Hill is the big question. Can the Golden Knights afford him? And that probably is going to be tough for them to do because he is going to fetch such a high price on the market, between $4 and $5 million. And as of right now, the Golden Knights are just under $3.5 million under the salary cap, so they don't have a lot of wiggle room there to deal with.
And the goalie situation is a big piece of the puzzle, correct? I mean, no one really expected Adin Hill just to be as brilliant as he was in between the pipes during this series.
No, I mean, obviously the Golden Knights knew that he was a solid, good goaltender. That's why they brought him in September. He did have NHL experience. He played for the Sharks and the Arizona Coyotes, so it wasn't like this is like his first go-around, although this was his first go-around in these types of situations. And Laurent Brossoit, before he came to Vegas, was the backup to Connor Hellebuck in Winnipeg and had gone through a lot of winning teams up there. The bottom line is, though, the Golden Knights are very confident in Logan Thompson, and they have him under contract. So it's a matter of finding one other goalie to tandem with him, because I think what the Golden Knights have proven to most teams is you don't want one goalie that's going to carry most of the load and play 60 to 65 games of an 82-game schedule. You really want 2 solid goaltenders that can kind of split things and maybe have a 1A and 1B. So they want to find somebody that fits within their budget that they can pair with Logan Thompson next year.
So who do you think the odd man out will be?
I think Adin Hill more than likely is going to, and I don't blame him, take a much bigger payday than the Golden Knights can pay him and probably go to another team. And then it's going to come down to Laurent Brossoit, whether they can get him at the right price, or maybe they go back to Jonathan Quick and say, hey, play for the veteran minimum here, just maybe a little over $1 million, $1.5 million, and try and win one more. And they might be able to convince him to do that. He played for the Kings for a long time, so his family is based there in Southern California, so it behooves him to possibly stay here in Las Vegas than maybe go try another city and have to uproot his family.
And when Foley first said we're going to have a cup in 6, a lot of people guffawed at that, saying that's just not doable, only a few teams have. And of course, it happened, and that's what we're celebrating right now. How feasible is it to win 2 more? I mean, you often hear someone say, we're going to repeat next season, but he's saying, no, we're going to repeat next season and the season following.
Well, you're going to hear the whole thing, let's repeat, a lot in these speeches coming up when we get to the rally portion tonight at Toshiba Plaza. It's extremely hard to do in sports. It is, especially in this day and age in sports where there's so much parity on these teams, and to get through the gauntlet of an NHL postseason where a number 8 seed like the Florida Panthers can get all the way to the Stanley Cup final, there's no easy route to get to the championship. And I think that's what the Golden Knights are going to have to kind of maneuver through.
And what do we make of Robin Lehner? I mean, what's his future now?
So That's kind of the big question mark. Robin Lehner has 2 years left on his deal at $5 million per year for a salary cap hit. He was injured and on the long-term injured list. However, there's a lot of speculation that he's not going to play for the Golden Knights again. And so it really comes down to a few different ways that this is going to resolve. Either he's injured again at the start of the year and they keep him on long-term injury reserve and it doesn't hurt the salary cap and it creates more money for them to go and get somebody else, or they can try and trade him to their team. However, more than likely for a team to take on his salary, the Golden Knights are going to have to throw in a draft pick, similar to what they did with Max Pacioretty when they traded him to Carolina and gave a draft pick to take the salary off of their hands. The other thing that could happen is they could release him and buy him out of his contract, but that doesn't make the Golden Knights not have to have the salary cap hit. Under the NHL rules, they'll still have to take a cap hit, although for the 2 years left in the contract, it's spread out over 4 years, so it's not as big of a hit had he been there. And a lot of these decisions have to be made soon. If the Golden Knights, the window right now in the NHL, if you have to buy a player out of his contract or are going to do that, it is only until June 30th. So they have from June 15th to June 30th to make that decision. So if they can't get a trade done before then, and that's the route that they're going to go, this could happen in the next 2 weeks where they have some type of a resolving issue with Robin Lehner. And you and Vince are going to have a lot to talk about over the next 2 weeks. It's going to evolve a lot here as we move towards the NHL draft at the end of the month. When you talk about parity in the NHL, another challenge is injuries. I mean, the Knights went into the playoff season relatively healthy, unlike the season before where they were eliminated. So really, I mean, there's so many things outside their control, of course. If they get the kind of injuries they had the season before, they're out of luck, right? No question. I mean, look at Colorado Avalanche, who won the Stanley Cup last year. Nathan McKinnon, their star player, was injured a lot of this year. Cale Makar, their star defenseman, injured a lot of this year. The difference, though, between the Golden Knights and every other team in the NHL, which is why they won this year, is they have depth. And that way, when you have injuries like they had some this year, it did not hurt them as much because they had capable players that were able to slide into the lineup and produce. And if the Golden Knights can keep that depth, and most of those players are going to come back, that gives them a little bit of a cushion. You're not going to miss a single thing here as we look live at Toshiba Plaza, because you are watching the Golden Knights Victory Rally live and non-stop here on Fox 5. You're watching the Golden Knights Victory Rally live and nonstop here on Fox 5. John Huck along with Sports Director Kevin Bollinger. We were just talking about looking ahead to try to what the team has to do now to repeat and then repeat again. And we talked about the goalie situation. We also talked about the depth chart. You have to have a strong depth chart in case you have injuries. What else is in the mix? Well, it's a short off season, and that's what makes it really hard for teams to repeat, especially in the NHL. You're talking about training camps opening just about 3 months from now. And so I think that, it's really hard for the wear and tear on your body, and then a summer of partying, which these guys are all going to be doing with the Cup. It starts the whole process of getting your body ready for the next season. It delays everything a little bit if it happens at all before training camp. That's another reason it makes it harder to do. But these guys also are dedicated professionals. They are. I think that they'll party and have a good time, but they'll also come back ready to go. Very good. Let's get out to Fox 5's Joe Vigil and Jacqueline Schultz. Guys.
Oh,
Yeah, guys, what a party from the Hard Rock. This is awesome. Right here on the second floor, we're looking down. You can see probably the lights, some spotlights behind us. That is Toshiba Plaza. That is where the party has moved to. But it was really cool watching the scene from over here. Again, you can see thousands of people now over at Toshiba Plaza waiting for everybody to speak over there. But it was great here because we had, I showed up I think about 4 o'clock, and there were actually people already lined up, and then more people came, and more people came. And then when the buses started to come, it was the police first, and then all of a sudden we started to hear this kind of dull roar, and then it got louder, and it got louder, and then it was so like we could barely hear each other talk, and it was like, I think it was like louder than a jet engine out here, but it was so cool. It was so cool to see Golden Knights fans showing their appreciation for the Golden Knights. Here's another picture that we're looking at of Toshiba Plaza, where people are partying over there, waiting for the team to come up and speak. I mean, it's just been awesome. We talk about community. I mean, the community certainly has turned out today to say thank you to the Golden Knights and say, way to go, go Knights, go.
So as we see the sea of people across Toshiba Plaza, my friend was there around 4 o'clock, and he sent me a photo, and the party was already starting. The crowd already looked immense, far than anything that was happening during Game 5. And the party is certainly moving off the strip now and crowding around Toshiba Plaza, and it is going strong. And like we mentioned, we saw people here as early as 4 p.m. But got to give a shout out. There is watch parties all across the valley right now. People are having in their community bars. They're having in their homes. They're on the patio watching some of us going live right now. And people are just celebrating everywhere. You can just hear the roar. And my friend tweeted out a photo of him at a bar, and he said, I don't know who these people are, but they're all buying me drinks. Go Knights, go. Yeah, they all have just T-shirts on them. And so, as the event starts at 9 p.m., we just have to recognize how this is really a celebration all across the valley of our hometown heroes, of our medieval.
It has been so fun to be part of this, and I love Toshiba Plaza. All the people that we've seen over there, Jacqueline, covering that from the steakhouse up there. I went to Game 1 with my wife. It was incredible. And what's also really interesting is I came from Alaska, and I still have friends there, and I've been looking at social media, and I see people wearing Golden Knight shirts in front of glaciers. You know, it's like showing their VGK pride all the way in Alaska. I know somebody from Alaska who comes here a couple times a year, and she goes to Golden Knights games. I mean, that's one of the reasons she comes here. So we'll stay here. The party on Toshiba Plaza happening. Lots of people over there. For now, we'll go back to you guys in the studio.
Joe, very good. In fact, Joe was talking about the reach of VGK. There's a hashtag now on social media, VGK Worldwide, and they encourage people around the world to take a picture of themselves and their VGK swag and just use that hashtag, VGK Worldwide. In fact, my friend, I'm getting back to my friend and his son, they traveled all the way. I mean, they went to Europe, they went to Amsterdam. They were taking pictures, in their VGK swag as well. And so the reach is immense, and that's another kind of Bill Foley strategy. Even if you can't afford a ticket, come into our store, buy our swag, go out back to your homes and get that name, that brand out there.
It's extremely important to any sports franchise, and the Golden Knights have reached a wide audience very quickly in 6 short years, as tonight they are celebrating the franchise's first ever championship. And you are watching the Golden Knights Victory Parade and Rally right here on Fox 5. We're giving it to you live and nonstop.
You're watching the Golden Knights Victory Rally live and nonstop on Fox 5. There is a marquee takeover with the Stanley Cup champions and that logo, that iconic logo that we're going to get used to and we're going to embrace.
The sun is set. The neon is starting to light up the strip, but there are no neon needed to light up the strip tonight as everybody is aglow celebrating the first Golden Knights Stanley Cup championship.
There's another shot of all the signs. In fact, the one in Toshiba Plaza said Toshiba Plaza is now at capacity and closed off for any other people. So you're watching it here and you're not going to miss a single thing. Let's get on out to Fox 5's Vince Sapienza and Paloma Villicana. They are in Toshiba Plaza. Guys.
Yeah, John, Kevin, we are at capacity. Metro told me they were going to cap it at 20,000, and, I'm no mathematician, but it feels a lot more than 20,000 medieval maniacs here, and I just want to mention about 20 minutes ago there was a small skirmish between a couple fans. The only reason I mention is because Metro squashed it within seconds. They've done a fantastic job of keeping this event safe, keeping it fun for the fans to enjoy, and as we can see, fans have nestled into their spot getting ready for the speeches.
Yeah, Vince, I've seen babies, I've seen adults, I've seen kids, and it's really amazing that everyone is having a safe night.
And we're at that point in the night, guys, where fans are starting to put the younger kids on the shoulders, so we're seeing next levels of fans get higher and higher because, again, it is just a sea of medieval maniacs. You can see in the distance a Las Vegas Thunder sweater. You have throwbacks. You say Hockey Town here in Vegas is 6 years old. It goes much deeper than that between the Las Vegas Thunder, the Las Vegas Wranglers, as well, something Derek England is very much a part of and knows oh so well. But Paloma, when we stand here, we've been here for a couple hours now. In terms of the energy, it's not surprising considering what we experienced inside the Fortress at T-Mobile Arena, but this is another level.
I feel like my heart is beating faster than ever in my life. I keep looking at my watch like, where is that bus? Where is that cup? And every time we turn around, it's just amazing to feel this energy this night. I have never seen Las Vegas like this before, and it's incredible to be a part of this moment.
And so what can fans expect that can't make it down here but are now watching at home? We do expect speeches from the captain. We are, as Kevin mentioned, Jonathan Marchessault never turns down an opportunity to get in front of the microphone. I expect more sound from the leadership of the Golden Knights, including Golden Knights owner Bill Foley, who, when I talked to him yesterday, he was very excited at what this was going to look like. And I asked him what he expects, and he says, even more than I'm hoping for, and I think this delivers.
Yeah, the energy was amazing for the Aces Parade shutting down of the Strip, but this is on a whole other level for the Golden Knights, and I think the Vegas community wants to keep this going.
And again, just one more time, a big shout out to Las Vegas Metro for keeping this such a safe event. Again, they say the captain, guys, at 20,000, but I'm pretty hard pressed to believe we're anything under 20,000.
We were just talking about Vincent Paloma, thank you. Kevin and I were just talking about the marquee takeover, and Kevin made this observation that each player is getting love tonight.
Yeah, they're showing all the Golden Knights players hoisting up the cup on all the various marquees as it rotates around, and the Golden Knights have been tweeting out pictures of all the players hoisting the cup, saying, Jonathan Marchessault, you are Stanley Cup champion, and so on and so forth. And that's really cool to see that they're making sure that they're showing off everything that the organization has to offer.
Metro Police keeping an eye on things, but we can tell you from what we've seen, from what we're hearing from our crews, the fans out there are very well behaved. One of the best fan bases in the country for any professional sport.
No question, and they know how to have a good time, but they also know how to do it responsibly and the right way. And it's great to see Las Vegas show out and show bright as they are tonight, as they did after Tuesday night's Game 5 win.
A comfortable evening out there, 94 degrees, not too shabby as we enter the second half of June. And you are watching the Golden Knights Victory Rally live and nonstop here on Fox 5. You are watching the Golden Knights Victory Rally live and nonstop on Fox 5. We do now understand that the rally is scheduled to get underway at 8:45, about 6 minutes from now. That's about 15 minutes ahead of schedule. But right now, Kevin and I, Sports Director Kevin Bollinger and I, are joined in studio by a very special guest. It says a lot, but it doesn't say too much.
Yeah, this is a bottle of Foley wine. As everybody knows, Bill Foley owns numerous wineries. And for our longtime viewers, you may remember the fact that we went up to one of his wineries right at the very beginning of the franchise and talked to him just about his love of wine and how he has grown that industry just like he wanted to grow the Golden Knights. So I bought this bottle of wine and Bill Foley autographed it for me, and I told him that I would not open this bottle of wine until the Golden Knights won the Stanley Cup. So here is the bottle of wine, and it is going to be opened with my good friends and co-workers Vince Sapienza and Robbie Hunt, who have gone on this great journey along with me for the last 2 months and for 6 years really in covering this team. And so when we can all reconvene together, that is when we will open that and toast to the Golden Knights.
As well you should, and you should maybe have a second toast for the three of you, because you guys have been just absolutely on top of things really since the Golden Knights took the ice back in 2017. I think Vince started right around that same time. And we've just enjoyed your work out in the field, traveling with the team, kind of helping to bring viewers and the fans, even more information. And it's been a blast for me to be in the studio to throw you a question, and just, and get more information as much as I can.
Well, the Golden Knights make it easy because they are a very easy organization to work with. And yes, Vince was here before this all got started. He's done a lot of the grunt work. If I've been busy with doing stuff with Raiders as well. I mean, the Golden Knights has been his baby for 6 years, and he knows this
Very
team
true.
inside and out. And Robbie has been there all along the way to get all of the video to bring to the viewers. So it's been our pleasure. It's been a labor of love for all three of us. And I'll speak on behalf of Vince and Robbie that it really has been a lot of fun.
And that labor will continue for years to come. And hopefully, if Bill Foley, he already prophesized one Stanley Cup and the prophecy came true in 6. We'll see what happens in the next 2 years.
There we go. We better get our sleep now.
Yeah, get your sleep. Rest up. There is much longer to travel. You're watching the Golden Knights Victory Rally live and nonstop here on Fox 5. Well, you're watching the Golden Knight Victory Rally live and nonstop on Fox 5. We're just showing you a shot here. You can see a group of Metro officers, but really, they're, everyone is having a great time there. There's been no trouble that we've heard of or that any of our crews report. But look at that. Now, that's the party. There's chants, and we understand the Golden Knight is there as well, and some musical entertainment, too.
They are getting things revved up there on Toshiba Plaza, as that is where the party is going to take us into the night.
We expect this to get underway officially at 8:45. We are going to take it continuously for you, so there is no reason to feel any kind of FOMO. You are not missing out on this. We have been with them since 6:30 this evening as the parade wound its way down Las Vegas Boulevard. The players were just having a ball. So are the fans. We heard from so many young people who are like, this is terrific. And we're reminded that there's just so many hockey markets that they're still waiting for a Stanley Cup. But we have it in 6 years.
And what you're seeing right here is what's been so attractive about this organization. It's about the show as much as it is the players. It's about what happens before the game, in between periods, with the scenes with the introductions and Bruce Cusick, the PA announcer, getting everybody revved up, and the production show that they do with the Golden Knight on the ice. It is all about having the entertainment experience to go with a fantastic hockey game, and that's what they're getting the crowd revved up with right here before the players, instead of taking the ice, taking the stage.
And you've traveled with the team a lot, and do you see that kind of entertainment value when you go into other arenas?
No, this is unparalleled, and we are starting to see other franchises, both NHL and across the NBA, the NFL, try and, I don't want to say copy, but try and emulate what the Golden Knights have done to engage the fans and to make sure that they feel like they're getting more for their money in terms of buying a ticket, more than just a game. The Golden Knights have been so successful at what they've done that everybody else wants to try and do it, but nobody does it better than what they do at Vegas.
I think what Bill Foley realized is that there's only so many expendable money, and there he is right there, Bill Foley, the first one on the stage, knowing that, to really grow a sport that's been around for so long, he had to take it to the next level and not just win, but also make it an experience. And there he is saluting the people who have been really so instrumental in helping the Knights win by being in those seats.
And he's joined by Bruce Cassidy, the head coach of the Golden Knights. The two faces of the team right there, other than the players. They got things going. And Mark Chinook, the in-host, is going to be somebody getting the crowd revved up.
Terrific friend of Fox 5. I've interviewed him a couple times on on hiatus podcast I used to do. But he does a terrific job as well, firing up the fans. And as we mentioned, that's part of the whole fun of being in the Fortress for a game.
The Golden Knights are going to get things revved up here, and we're going to listen in to Mark Chinook as the festivities get going on stage.
Celebration! We got a lot in store for you tonight. Thank you so much to each and every one of you for coming out. I think we saw, 200,000, 300,000 down that strip. It was absolutely incredible. In 6 seasons, I have never lost my voice. But tonight, it's going out! The players, the staff, everybody involved just got off the buses out back. They are right behind us, ready to come out and celebrate with each and every one of you. Las Vegas, this is your Stanley Cup! We've got our owner, Bill Foley! We got our coach, Bruce Cassidy! Before we get into it, we got to thank a few partners who've helped us get to this point tonight. It has been incredible since winning the Cup on Tuesday. So many people going above and beyond to get us where we are. Huge thank you to our founding partner, Credit One Bank, who has been with us from the very start. A big thank you to the Fuse Technical Group for doing our lighting, our cameras, video tonight. 3G Productions for doing audio. A&D Scenery for doing this incredible stage. It's time to party with the Stanley Cup! We want to thank Caesars Rewards. They have over 50 destinations nationwide, and 9 of them are right here in Las Vegas. This is mine. This one's special. We want to thank Sire Spirits, because let me tell you, the official champagne of the Vegas Golden Knights has been flowing for the last 4 days. Thank you to Sire. Thank you to Anheuser-Busch for being the official beer of the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Let's go. And thank you to T-Mobile, your fortress. And of course, we couldn't do it without MGM Rewards. MGM Rewards has been with us since day one. Now listen, Vegas, please. There are so many of us here tonight. Thank you all for coming out. It is unbelievable. You have opened your arms to this franchise, and we haven't forgotten about this. From day one, it was never about lifting a trophy. It was about lifting a city. And while there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of you here tonight, there are some who would have loved to have been here with us. And we can never forget. So these names on this banner are forever imprinted on our hearts. 6 years ago, when this franchise was born, we had a party planned. Bill brought the first professional sports team to Vegas. But October 1st, the greatest tragedy this country has ever seen happen in our backyard. And the Vegas Golden Knights came together to help heal a city. And we will never forget that. So right now, I want each and every one of you to join me in a moment of cheer so all the names on that banner can hear you. This is for Vegas. This is for them. I want each and every one of you to make the most noise you have ever made. Get loud, Vegas. We are Vegas strong. Before we get too far into the night, we have to start it off right. He's been the voice of the Golden Knights. He's the greatest PA announcer in all the land. Please welcome Bruce Cusack!
Good evening, Medieval Maniacs. Good evening, Medieval Maniacs! Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, for the national anthem, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Golden Pipes, Carnell Johnson!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner
gentlemen, that was Carnell Johnson. People just keep sneaking up on stage. I want to give a quick welcome over my left shoulder. The Maloof family is here. Gavin Maloof, George Maloof, Phil Maloof, Adrian, Joe. It's the Maloof family. Thank you guys so much for being here. Our president of hockey operations, George McPhee. Our general manager, Kelly McCrimmon. Listen, this next guy who's coming out, every time we start a game, he goes undefeated. He's like 250-0. And today is National Mascot Day. He's a man-scot. Give it up for the Golden Knight! Get out here!
I was shaking, the earth was quaking, my mind was aching, and we were making it, and you shook me all night long. Yeah, you shook me
All right, Golden Knight. I heard your best friend is here as well. Give it up for Chance, the Gila Monster!
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Now listen, we got a ton of dignitaries who want to come up and say a few words before we bring out the boys with the cup. To help us bring them out here, I want to bring out two members of our incredible broadcast team. Please welcome Shane Knighty and Dave Gosher.
How's everybody doing?
All right. How's this sound? Your Vegas-born Golden Knights are Stanley Cup champions.
And it's a lot of titles. We came here, you guys saw the team, Vegas-born, became Vegas strong. And now, 2023, the biggest thing for this city, Stanley Cup champions! Not a bad roundabout way to get there. Unbelievable.
So none of us would be here, literally, without this guy that had he said playoffs in 3, cup in 6. So during the playoffs, I heard a lot of "we want the cup, we want the cup." Can we turn that into cup in 6?
Cup in 6.
Cup in 6. Cup in 6. Cup in 6. Cup in 6. Cup in 6. Cup in 6. Cup in 6. Your owner of the Golden Knights, Bill Foley.
Let's hear it. Thanks, everybody. This is a humbling experience. The parade today was unbelievable. The enthusiasm. I don't know how many people were out there, but it was certainly a lot more than 1,000 or 2,000. It was a lot of people. And look at everybody here. It's so great to see all of you, and to be part of this experience with all of you. It's been a long road. It was tough. October 1st was a tough deal, wasn't it? And we did it. We kept on going, and I had the privilege of riding on a bus. Cup in 6. Cup in 6. I am Cup in 6. Cup in 6. Cup in 6. Cup in 6. We did it. We did it. All the naysayers. How can you have hockey in the desert? How can they ever win? What are they going to do? Play on the sand? They'll never win in Las Vegas. It'll never be anything. And boy, you guys were patient. We have a great team that's been put together all the way from the hockey ops side, the business side, and our players. And they're all engaged. And I'm so proud to be part of this organization. And I'm proud to be a Las Vegan. I'm proud to be here. I want to thank all of you for your dedication, your hard work, your support of this team through trials and tribulation. Cup in 6, we did it. Now we're going to do it again. We're not up. We're not done. We're not done. We are not done. But I'm making no predictions. Talk to Butch. Talk to Butch. Hey, thanks everybody. Have a great night. Enjoy yourselves. It's great to be with you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, Bill Foley.
All right, Coach. Governor and the mayor.
All right, we have some dignitaries here. We're truly united tonight. We're going to welcome out a few people. First off, for the Key to the City presentation, Mayor Goodman, if you could come forward, along with Clark County Commissioner Jim Gibson, Henderson Mayor Michelle Romero, and North Las Vegas Mayor Pamela Goins-Brown.
Hello, Las Vegas! They said we couldn't do it. We would never have a major league sports team here. Well, look at us now. Our Vegas-born Vegas Golden Knights, the World Stanley Cup champions. You know, this is the team that stood with us all in the tragedy of 1 October, memorializing each of them and giving thanks to our first responders. VGK became family and showed their fiber and who we are. Las Vegas, we cheer and celebrate each of you, VGK, Stanley Cup World Champions, and in celebration, we have a treasured, personalized key for each member of you on the team, and of course, symbolically, first off, one for our owner and governor and champion, Bill Foley, and a second key, of course, to our great coach, Bruce Cassidy. We are so proud and so grateful in Las Vegas. You have our hearts because you are our family and you are champions. And happy Father's Day. Congratulations from the city of Las Vegas.
Next up, Michelle Romero.
Thank you all.
You are watching continuing coverage of the Vegas Golden Knights Victory Rally here on Fox 5.
Thank you all for coming out, and we have a special key to the city for Coach Bruce Cassidy and owner Bill Foley.
Jim Gibson. Nope. Las Vegas, North Las Vegas Mayor Pamela Goins-Brown. The stage is yours.
Greetings from the city of North Las Vegas, your community of choice. you get on the 15 and you head north and exit Lake Mead Boulevard, you are in the fabulous city of North Las Vegas. And we always say, go, Knights, go, all the way from North Las Vegas. And we also have a key to the city, to your fabulous coach and the owner of the Golden Knights. Thank you so much, and go, Knights, go! Knights.
Clark County Commissioner Jim Gibson.
All right, Knights fans, what an incredible night. You know, this is only the first Stanley Cup for the Vegas Golden.
You're watching the Golden Knights Victory Rally live and nonstop here on Fox 5.
Clark County Commissioner Jim Gibson speaking as the rally continues.
After 1 October, they stood up and they cemented themselves in our hearts. Our response started then, and here we go, right all the way with the Knights. So tonight I'm sharing with you that we have proclaimed as the Clark County Commission today as Vegas Golden Knights Stanley Cup Champions Day in Las Vegas and throughout Clark County. And I am presenting Bill and Bruce with a key to the Las Vegas Strip. Go Knights, go!
And last but not least, the governor of the state of Nevada, Joe Lombardo.
All right, how's everybody doing? So you remember, okay, on 3, listen. 1, 2, 3, we're gonna say Vegas strong, all right? 1, 2, 3, Vegas strong! Hey, I want to thank each and every one of you, but more importantly, I want to thank Mr. Foley. For 2017, in 1 October, he brought this town together. And here we are today, 100% success. So on behalf of the state of Nevada, we're gonna go the Nevada way, never give up, never give in, all right? Go Knights, go! Go Knights, go! Go Knights, go!
Would you guys like to hear from your head coach? Bruce Cassidy!
I just wanted to obviously say thank you to Bill Foley and Kelly and George. It's a privilege and an honor to coach the Vegas Golden Knights, and I'm just glad they put their faith in me to get the job done. So thanks, guys. And there we go. Back to back, back to back, back to back, back to back. Back to back, back to back. Anyway, that's the plan. Players get their trophy and families get their time together with the trophy, but tonight this parade is for the fans of the Vegas Golden Knights. It's for you, so enjoy it, everybody. You've earned it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right. Everybody having fun? It's about that time. Am I the only one who brought this?
Drinks in the air. Let me see them.
Let's go. You know what?
And you're watching.
Came to the city. Hockey's been my life for 24 years.
Live and nonstop
Came here to
on
grow
Fox
the game,
5.
to see something, to see the passion. And what you fans, this city has done to embrace this team is incredible. To win the Stanley Cup, there's one of the famous quotes old Fred Shiro said. It's the 74 Flyers. We win today, we walk together forever. I think that's appropriate. So with that, I'll turn it over to Dave. Who do you got? June 13th, 2023. A date that will go on in Golden Knights history forever. Champions Tuesday, champions tonight, champions forever. Can never be taken away. Your passion, your loyalty, your heart, your soul, our championship. You want to meet the Stanley Cup champs? Bruce?
Welcome back to Fox 5's coverage of the championship rally. Bruce Cusick about to announce the Golden Knights players and bring him on stage.
Vegas! The 2023 Stanley Cup champions! Your Vegas All right, so, woo!
We'll keep our shirts on.
Let's go, Vegas! I can't hear you! There were a lot of people.
All right. You guys are the best. There's just no denying it.
So there are a lot of people that built this team. These men behind us, but two men really built it.
The architects of the Vegas Golden Knights.
General Manager Kelly McCrimmon, President of Hockey Operations George McPhee.
Come on, let's hear it. Unbelievable.
Thank you very much. Seven years ago, I don't know if this is good.
Lift it up, George. Get it up. Come on, let's go, everybody. Get it up.
So 7 years ago, shortly after Kelly and I were hired to put this organization together, I found a quote of Bill Foley's that I posted in my office. Bill said, please. Bill said, we want our team to be committed to teamwork, service to this great city, and integrity in all things. I believe we've delivered on that mandate. Our teamwork just delivered the Stanley Cup. Our commitment to service in this great city has been outstanding, with the players committing thousands upon thousands of hours to charities and causes in Vegas. Moreover, the character of our players and staff has provided a great example for role models to the youth of this city to emulate. You can conduct yourself with integrity in all things and be successful in life. So thank you to our players and their families for what you did in delivering a championship. But just as important, thank you for what you did and continue to do off the ice for this great city. And finally, thank you to all of you who have supported this team over the past 6 years. You've made Vegas a phenomenal place to live, work, and play hockey. I can speak for Kelly and I on this last point. We cannot believe what we just witnessed over here. That parade was unbelievable. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to our players. Congratulations to our coaches. So happy for the families. Tonight is about our fans. Thank you. This has been amazing.
George McPhee and Kelly McCrimmon.
That's the best time to do it to those two guys, not negotiations.
So next up.
Well, I think this is a pretty big one. I think you guys will be excited here now. Some great people that have done everything, but how about this guy? What did he do in the last game? Do you remember?
Hat trick. Hat trick.
Hat trick. Is he the captain?
The captain of your Golden Knights, Stanley Cup champions, Mark Stone.
There's Stoney.
Wow. I knew this was a party city, but does it get any fucking better than this, eh? First, love to thank Governor Lombardo for, making sure this could happen. This is an incredible day for me and my teammates. I don't know. I'm trying not to tear up here. Sorry. To Bill Foley for bringing the team here, George McPhee, Kelly McCrimmon for putting their trust in this team. After last year, I think they could have gone a different way, but they believed in this team because they knew we could bring the Stanley Cup here to Las Vegas. To the coaching staff, to the players, I think as a whole, we thank you guys for, being the best fans in the world. Doesn't get any better than this, man. On Tuesday night when we were rolling, I think it brought tears to the guys' eyes on the bench. We knew we were going to win, no matter what it took. We're the ones up here celebrating this Stanley Cup, but the crowd, the building that we have every night, not just in the playoffs, but in the regular season, you guys bring it. You bring it every night. Makes it special for us. It really does. Man. You guys are the best. You guys are the best.
Go Knights, go!
We got some guys who've been here since day one. I think a lot of us who have come here after that first year, we were a little nervous to come to Vegas. We didn't know exactly what we were signing up for, but this is an incredible community. An incredible community. God, you guys have supported this team since day one. A lot of us on this team have been here after that first year, but this city, the bond that they've built, we've been committed to winning, and here we are, Stanley Cup champions.
Well, they took the mic away.
Thank you, guys. I couldn't be happier to be standing up here right now. Thank you.
Your captain, Mark Stone.
Well, since Dave lost his mic, I think it's appropriate for all of us, especially you from Vegas, Vegas-born. How about I bring up the Golden Misfits? Somebody's already got the mic. William Carlson. I'd like to bring up Jonathan Marchessault. I think he won a trophy. The Conn Smythe. Shea Theodore.
Okay, you guys can hear me? Yeah, you hear me? So, this guy, this effing guy. Yeah, I know. So, he was here day one. Yeah. And I know you have been here day fucking one. You guys are so amazing. We played Arizona in the first game, and we beat the shit out of them.
What did you say?
And I had no points. No points. But that's okay. Because at year one, I was pretty fucking great. But you guys were greater. And we've been up and down on this journey to the cup.
Pass it to Marshy. Marshy, you got something to say?
No. Listen to me. We've been waiting for 6 long years for this guy to be MVP. Jonathan Marchessault. Marshy! MVP!
Just for the record, I could have never done this without my teammates. They've been unbelievable since the beginning. Hand of applause for all of them! Woo! Also, I don't have much to say, but they closed this strip for us. And we're winners tonight, everybody! Let's do it! Woo!
Give it up for Jonathan Marchessault!
Well, we mentioned a few of them as we forgot. Guys from the start. William Carrier, you just saw him with Carlson. But Shea Theodore, Braden McNabb, Riley Smith from day one. Anyone?
Shea Theodore!
I just want to thank you guys for everything. You guys are the best, and it shows. It shows we're the best. Let's go!
All right, next up, Riley Smith.
Oh, Riley Smith's going to speak.
It's been a long 5 years to wait to get back to challenge for the cup, and for this moment right now, I always told myself I'd never say anything, so you know what, just thank you to all these guys that are around me right now. I couldn't thank them enough. There's no way we were going to lose it this time around, and to bring a Stanley Cup to Las Vegas, I may just retire now. It's that special.
All right, listen up, everybody, and this is for everybody up on stage. To each and every one of you, our players and our fans, we want to draw your attention to the video boards. Guys with me on stage, turn around, look up on the mesh. This is an incredible video, special video presentation, followed by 16 blasts of our goal horn representing our 16 wins to bring home the Stanley Cup. Take a look. This is for you, Vegas.
Consecutive games for Phil Kessel. He is now the NHL's Iron Man.
Eichel looking, feeds it, Theodore to the net, scores! 10 seconds left, Eichel will try again for the hat-trick, he got it! Smith trying to win it for Vegas in the bottom of the fifth, scores! Riley Smith wins it! Marches up to the backhand and he scores!
Victory and a division championship. The Golden Knights are #1 in the Western Conference for the first time in franchise history.
Once in a lifetime.
Davidson, a stone score! Centering try, out in front, Carlson scores! That's all she wrote in Game 5. The Knights win the series and they become the first team to advance to the second round in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Loose puck, still near this line. Another try, they score! Barbashev!
All the way back, Nick Hagan, shot, he scored! And the Golden Knights are going to the Western Conference Final!
Give me a moment, some kind of hysteria. Give me a shot.
Off the stick of Howden, then he tries to jam it, and he did! Brett Howden! Game-winning overtime goal!
Theodore shooting, save, rebound is loose, they score! Another win for Vegas to take a 2-0 series lead.
Marcia saw another goal for Vegas. And congratulations to the Vegas Golden Knights on their way to the Stanley Cup Final for the second time.
Look at my reflection in the mirror. Underneath the power of the light. Give me a shot at the night.
An electric atmosphere here in Las Vegas. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final is underway.
Oh, a great stick save! How did he do it?
Some kind of mysterious. Give me a shot at the night.
Slides it across. Score! Brett Howden.
Give me a shot at the night.
Now Stone lays one back out and Stevenson scores!
The Golden Knights have won it 3-2 and lead the Stanley Cup Final 3-1. We'll have a chance to clinch the Stanley Cup on home ice Tuesday at T-Mobile Arena.
Stone waits, scores!
Pass to Claire. Oh my goodness! A glove saved by elevation to destiny. Misfits to champions. The Vegas Golden Knights win the Stanley Cup in 2023.
Playoffs in 3, Stanley Cup in 6, period. No excuses. That's the standard.
Fox 5's live coverage of the Golden Knights victory rally, live and non-stop, where you can never take your eyes off this Golden Knight.
I know. Our mics are on.
DJ Joe Green, I think we need one more song, and you know what it is. DJ Joe Green, drop it. Vegas, this is your 2023 Stanley Cup.
You're watching the Golden Knights victory rally live and continuous, uninterrupted. And look at that. All those are drones, Kevin, forming a Stanley Cup above the strip, above the fortress. That is awesome.
Incredible sight to see on an incredible night.
And we've been treated to some truly memorable moments up on stage. Now we've got Queen playing We Are the Champions, fittingly enough. And we heard the voice of Bill Foley saying, playoffs in 3, cup in 6. There's no excuse.
And now he wants at least 2 more in the next 3 years, right?
Well, if that means we can come back here every year for the next 2 years, I say I hope they do it.
That's right. The party is going to continue on here at the rally. Let's go right back in and listen and watch.
You brought me fame and fortune and everything that goes with it. I thank you all, but it's been no bed of roses, no pleasure cruise. I consider it a challenge before the whole human race, and I ain't gonna lose. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world, the champions, my friends. And we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions.
Bright light city, gonna set my soul on fire. Got a whole lot of money that's ready to burn, so get those stakes up higher. There's 1,000 pretty women waiting out there. They're all living the devil may care, and I'm just a devil with love to spare. So viva Las Vegas!
All right, Medieval Maniacs, thank you so much for an incredible season. This Las Vegas with your neon flashing and your one-arm bandits crashing and almost holds down the train. Viva Las Vegas, turning day into nighttime, turning night into daytime. If you see it once, you'll never be the same again. I'm gonna keep on the run, I'm gonna have me some fun. It cost me my very last dime. If I wind up broke, well, I'll always remember that I had a swinging time. I'm gonna give it everything I've got. Lady luck, please let the dice stay hot. Let me shoot a 7 with every shot. Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! Viva, Viva Las Vegas!
All right, once again, Medieval Maniacs, thank you so much for an incredible season. Get home safe, enjoy this Stanley Cup. We'll see you soon. We're going to do it again next year. Good night, Las Vegas.
We're going to do it again next year. Well, there's a lot of factors to consider, but they just might. They've done it before. They prophesized that this would happen in 6.
What a great time out there tonight for everybody.
Party.
Parade and the rally, and we're just getting started. We got the post-game show to come up, John.
Oh, there's a lot to talk about.
We're taking everybody to 11 o'clock as William Carlson continues to enjoy his evening.
There might be some Advil in his future tomorrow morning. But that's okay. I mean, think about it. They're in their 20s. You know, they haven't, I mean, this is a huge accomplishment. A hockey player to come all the way up from like the Pee Wee Leagues to be on the stage of Toshiba Plaza with your best friends, your family, really, and achieved the pinnacle of hockey.
Mark Stone said right after he won on the ice that he's so fortunate that he gets to come to the rink with 25 to 30 of his best friends every day. And they truly are a second family. When they go on the road, everybody asks, why is this team so good on the road? You can see why this team is good on the road right here. This is what they are on the road. They're staying together as a group. They're having fun. They're going to dinners. That is a group that does not go their separate ways and they just show up at the rink. They're together as a team.
And you remember that picture that was taken right after they won the championship, and it was taken from above, and it's just, you only see Marchessault's face, which is so appropriate, the photographer said, but it's almost shaped like a heart, you know what I mean? I mean, it was just such the perfect picture. It's like one of those iconic pictures from the Stanley Cup final.
And as if Adin Hill was not a fan favorite before, to roll out the Runnin' Rebels jersey, celebrating the national championship of the Runnin' Rebels back in 1990. To roll that out there, nice touch by Adin Hill, and I'm sure that all the locals really appreciate that gesture.
But there's been a number of just, nods to the history of Las Vegas here, especially letting the original Misfits start in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup final. All right, you are watching the Golden Knights rally. What a party out there, Kevin. We need to get out there.
I know. We need to join the party here. They're certainly having a good time, and it looks like the fans, nobody is leaving. It is just like a post-game celebration that we see after a victory there at T-Mobile Arena.
You're not going to miss a moment because you're watching it live and nonstop here on Fox 5. You're watching the Golden Knights Victory Rally live and nonstop here on Fox 5. The players enjoying this moment, and so are the fans too.
They are not leaving the stage, even though the rally is technically over. They want to celebrate with the fans. This is a chance for them to keep the party going. And as they play ABBA, the guy from Sweden, front and center.
front and center. He has been dancing a lot tonight and having a lot of fun. And it's just great to see these guys enjoying the moment. And even George McPhee, I sensed a smile from him.
George McPhee does not get as much credit as he probably deserves. And he may have just solidified himself as a Hockey Hall of Famer. He was the architect of those Washington Capitol teams and the one that ultimately beat the Golden Knights in Season 1 and then came to the Golden Knights before that and was the architect of this franchise from the ground up. So kudos to him.
Foley said he wanted him because he knew how to win, and he knew that was his goal. Everything else would have to be cleared out. He wanted the Stanley Cup for the Knights, and they got it. Let's get on out to Fox 5's Vince Sapienza and Paloma Villicana in Toshiba Plaza with everyone else out there partying away. Guys.
Where do we start? What a performance. What a poetic finish to what was a Stanley Cup championship season. This lived up to the billing, Paloma.
I mean, I have chills. I don't know if I'll ever forget this moment ever in my life. To see hundreds of thousands of fans on the Las Vegas Strip tonight was simply amazing. And the Golden Knights felt that energy. Mark Stone, captain of the Golden Knights, thanking the community of Las Vegas, how strong this is. But Vince, what was so beautiful tonight was Mark Chinook recognizing those who passed away on October 1st and how amazing and special this team rallied for the city. He said this was not about lifting the Stanley Cup, this was about lifting the city. So amazing, so beautiful
check
tonight.
And check. They did it from the get-go. They did it to start this Golden Knights Stanley Cup rally, and they did it as they did in year one to perfection. And, some of the lighter moments, you got Golden Pipes. I've probably missed a handful of home games in 6 years. That is the loudest anthem through the night I have ever heard. I don't know if it can ever be replicated, duplicated. It was a thing of beauty. It gave you shivers, goosebumps, and all that. But how about Bruce Cassidy leading the first chant of back to back, back to back? Talk about a little out of character. It was a fun moment for him.
That's what I want to see, back to back. But this has to be such an inspiring moment for all the sports teams here in Las Vegas to have this moment. I mean, who doesn't want to win a championship and feed off this energy? I think the Golden Knights have sparked something special here in the Valley, and the Raiders, the UNLV Rebels, the Aviators, everyone is just going to put their best foot forward after tonight.
And you know what, guys, it's really interesting because guys like George McPhee, Kelly McCrimmon, their job is to be prepared. Their job is to not have any surprises. When George McPhee says that was the most unbelievable parade he's ever seen or anything he's ever been a part of, you know that's something that took his breath away, that tugged on the heartstrings. So that was incredible to see. But how about this? William Karlsson is the one you have to steal the mic away from, and Jonathan Marchessault, you had to push him to get in front of the stage. What is going on? It was an incredible scene. This is one that you're going to say, hey, remember where we were when, and it's a fun moment. This crowd was as into it as if this was Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final just 4 days ago.
Vince, I think we just showed the world tonight that Vegas is the sports capital of the world with hundreds of thousands of fans out here. It does not get better than Las Vegas, Nevada.
Well, we're keeping our shirts on despite the Golden Knights just one by one going nuts. But, Kev, John, we knew we were in trouble as soon as the players walked on the stage. William Karlsson had a bit of a tumble down the steps, and from there it was off the rails for the former Misfit. But how about Riley Smith? A little sarcasm that retirement might be thrown around. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but I know these fans were saying, whoa, 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 not just yet.
Certainly not. He's too young to retire, right? Don't you think?
Yeah, buzzkill Riley Smith.
Right.
Come on.
But of course, you climbed one mountain, and now people want you to climb the next, and then the next. And I don't think the players want this party to end.
No.
William Karlsson's up there dancing. with the Swedish flag. People are taking shots out of the Stanley Cup, which is tradition.
Even Mark Stone up there dancing a little bit. I mean, all the players out there just, sharing the moment with the fans. And I think that was the importance of tonight. The players have been partying nonstop since they won the Stanley Cup. This was their time to enjoy it with the fans and celebrate together.
Where do you think they go from here tonight? I mean, is it like one of the nightclubs on the Strip?
They'll have something, I'm sure, set up to keep the party going because, quite honestly, the off-season begins after this parade, and many of these players are going to head back to their off-season homes maybe as early as tomorrow, and this team's going to kind of disperse a little bit. A lot of the players have young kids, are going to stay here, maybe settle in. Some of the other ones might jump out right away to their summer homes and start planning for their day with the Cup.
Mm-hmm. And on the off season, what happens? I mean, when do they start, conditioning, getting ready for the next season? Almost immediately?
Almost immediately. For most players, they'll say they'll take a couple of weeks off, relax a little bit, maybe take a vacation with their family. And then a lot of NHL players actually work out together in the offseason, especially the Canadians that live maybe in the Toronto area and those that live in the Montreal area. They'll work out together a lot in the offseason. That is how Max Pacioretty had kind of an inside tie to come to Las Vegas because he worked out with Marc-Andre Fleury a lot in the Montreal area during the offseason when Pacioretty was with the Canadians and Marc-Andre Fleury would go home. So they're very well-conditioned athletes for a reason. They work very hard.
Let's get out to Joe and Jacqueline right now. Guys.
Yeah, hey guys, here at the Hard Rock, party still going strong. Got a great shot of the Strip behind us. We've been watching the coverage up here as well as other people too. I've been enjoying Carlson, the life of the party tonight. He's having a good time with waving his flag.
Mark Stone gave a great speech, but Carlson, best speech ever.
That was awesome. He's having fun, obviously, and I really appreciated listening to Bill Foley. He talked about the naysayers and kind of said, hey, for everybody who didn't think it was going to happen, well, it's happening. He talked about, what are you going to play hockey in the sand? Well, hey, we have a Stanley Cup tonight. He said, we're not done. I like that. Then all of a sudden everybody started chanting, we're not done. We're not done. We also heard about Vegas Born. I mean, the expansion team coming from that to where we are today as Stanley Cup champions. And then I also like when people were saying back to back, we're not done. Just good times. And then, of course, we saw this incredible drone show where they showed the Golden Knights behind us like a knight.
Yes.
And then Stanley Cup champions, and everybody up here at the Hard Rock was going, oh my gosh.
And
so
people
cool.
on the Strip were just cheering, go Knights, go! Go Knights, go! As they saw that in the air. And, certainly the people on Toshiba Plaza have been there since 4 p.m. So many fans. But also, we've been seeing quite the show across the Strip with unbelievable fans. Take a look at Gabriel and Sydney. Look at this. Guys, this is unbelievable. He custom made this. Okay, Gabriel, tell me a little bit more about your outfit, how you got this done. And you wear this to games. You have season tickets.
Nancy. I love the Knights, and my friend Nancy made all of this, and she's a fantastic Hollywood costume designer, and I'm very lucky to know her.
She's also done like the Mark Wahlberg costume things in his last movie.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, another famous Las Vegas local. Oh, yeah.
It's fabulous.
Oh, it's pretty amazing. And Sydney, you've got an amazing look, too. Very fabulous. When people see you and this, how'd you get this screen right here,
tell
Gabriel?
us about that.
Oh, I just bought it. Nothing special.
Well, it is quite the looker. Thank you guys, and thank you guys for partying with us at the Hard Rock all night. It's been so cool seeing people.
Awesome.
And we want to bring
Thanks,
one
guys.
more fan, one more.
We got one more little one who wanted to come in here.
Come on, step up.
We got one more little guest here who we kind of tried to get in here.
My name's Ocean.
Ocean. Wow, what a beautiful name, Ocean. Ocean, you've been here all day with your pom-pom?
Yes.
And Ocean, can you tell me why you love VGK so much?
Because I love to dance and sing.
Oh, you love to dance and sing. Do you love watching hockey?
Yes.
What was your favorite part about the parade tonight?
when they holded up the Stanley Cup.
Oh, yeah, when they held up the cup, absolutely.
Well, thanks for joining us. You look fabulous. I love your pom-poms. You want to give us a little Go Knights Go?
Go Knights Go!
Yeah, we love it.
Thank you, Ocean. Appreciate it.
So the party's still going strong out here again. You know, in front of us, you know, we have a lot of people kind of going back and forth. They've, of course, cleared this area. A lot of people moved over to Toshiba Plaza to see that awesome speeches that we saw all night.
And they're going to come to Hard Rock, too, because we got to give this staff kudos. I mean, we arguably have one of the best views here of the whole thing, and the staff has been so gracious, so amazing, and we love them so much. Back to you guys.
So, Jacqueline, thank you so much. And yes, the party does continue on stage here. The players still enjoying the moment, hoisting the cup, drinking from the cup, and, you know, they're just having a great time. This is something to see. I mean, in our town, 6 years after, you know, the first professional franchise landed here.
And hopefully this is the first of many celebrations of championships, not just for the Golden Knights, but for all of our local sports teams. We've already had one with the Aces, and certainly everybody would love to see a Super Bowl parade come down the strip with the Raiders at some point as well.
Wouldn't that be something? Okay, so just to recap, this victory rally here in Toshiba Plaza started at about 8:45. Still going relatively strong. The official part of it's now over. Now it's just the players, their wives, girlfriends, etc., just enjoying the moment, and so are the fans too. Some people are clearing out though in the audience, but not everyone. And the night, of course, is going to continue on and on and on.
Yeah, for everybody on the strip to watch the parade. Now it's already flipped over to a normal Saturday night on the strip in Las Vegas. And then tucked away right off the strip is this celebration with the Golden Knights right outside of T-Mobile Arena. An extension of the strip, if you will, because it's become an extension of the identity of Las Vegas around the sports world.
The best show on the strip tonight is happening right before your eyes, and we have been carrying it live since 6:30 this evening. The parade and now the victory rally. And we have so much ahead for you here coming up on Fox 5 News at 10. We have our crews fanned out. We have you in studio. We can talk about what's next for the Knights next season. And, of course, we're going to keep our eye on that stage as well.
And off to the right-hand side of your screen, you see a gentleman right there. That is one of the keepers of the cup who has picked up the other one there. He's keeping a close eye on the cup as well with all the partying going on, making sure nothing happens to it as we get going. But as you said, John, Fox 5 News at 10 is going to be starting here in just a moment, and we're taking you with more coverage all the way to 11 o'clock.
And if you've been here this evening watching the parade with us, we sure do appreciate you. And we hope you stick around, because right after the break is Fox 5 News at 10, where we are going to continue on here with the Vegas Golden Knights victory rally.
They've made history and are now Stanley Cup champions.
We're feeling unbelievable. It's electric in here.
Now it's time to celebrate. And Fox 5 News is live with team coverage. As fans unite to turn the strip gold.
One community, one team in Las Vegas.
The greatest thing to hit this city ever.
Fox 5's Vegas Golden Knights Championship Parade coverage starts now.
You guys saw the team, Vegas born, became Vegas strong. And now, 2023, the biggest thing for this city, Stanley Cup champions!
What a party tonight on the Strip. It started with this a sea of gold on Las Vegas Boulevard and turned into a raucous, fun rally in Toshiba Plaza. And the players, we've seen a side of the players tonight that we haven't seen up until now, have we?
No, nobody throws a party like Las Vegas, and obviously nobody knows how to celebrate a Stanley Cup like the Golden Knights, and the players and the fans joining together in one huge celebration tonight.
And we have live team coverage from Flamingo to Tropicana and in Toshiba Plaza. So first, let's go to Vince Sapienza and Paloma Villicana live on Toshiba Plaza now, where that rally still continues tonight. Guys?
This is a party like we have not seen here in Las Vegas, and there have been some big parties, but we always knew that from day one, this organization puts on a show, pre-production unlike any other, and they did it once again here tonight.
Incredible. Fans have been waiting for this for 6 years. I've seen many tweets on social media of fans being like, hey, I've waited 30 years and my team still hasn't won a Stanley Cup. Sports in Las Vegas is this. It's amazing. And what we heard, what we saw tonight from the Golden Knights was truly special.
Yeah, no matter how long the wait, the taste of victory is just as sweet. And, you know, talk about tugging on the heartstrings to start this event, whether it was Golden Pipes and that incredible national anthem, or the recognizing of Vegas Strong and that banner recognizing the 58 from 1 October, to the incredible emotions we saw and the personalities that exuded on stage from the Misfits, William Karlsson and Jonathan Marchessault. A lot to like here.
Most importantly, Mark Stone, every player, you know, thanking the community, thanking the city of Las Vegas, really connecting with almost every single fan out here. I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands of fans felt something special in their heart tonight. Whether you're a hockey fan or whether you're just a sports fan, you have to love this special moment tonight. Whether you watched on TV or you were here at the parade, I think everyone felt something special in the Valley tonight.
You know, the Golden Knights say Mark Stone is not the most vocal guy in the locker room, but he's one of the best, if not the best leaders that they have ever come in contact with. And that's a room that has many former captains from different teams, the Jack Eichels, the Alex Petrangelos. But you talk about words being powerful. What we heard from Mark Stone and talking about how this is what they've been waiting for. This is what they've been working for. Immortality is now at their doorstep right here at Toshiba Plaza. John, Kevin, it was a spectacle to see, and it's one that we will not soon forget.
It's been fantastic. We're a little jealous of you guys being in Toshiba Plaza in the middle of it all, but it was great to just see you guys and hear you guys having fun out there.
Yeah, it certainly was. The guys in gold spent the day surrounded by fans as they made it down the Strip.
And they finally got to address them when they took the podium tonight. So here is Mark Stone.
We're the ones up here celebrating this Stanley Cup, but the crowd, the building that we have every night, not just in the playoffs, but in the regular season, you know, you guys bring it. You bring it every night. Makes it special for us. This is an incredible community. An incredible community. You know, God, you guys have supported this team since day one. A lot of us on this team have been here after that first year, but you know, this team, this city, the bond that they've built, we've been committed to winning, you know, and here we are, Stanley Cup champions.
And tonight, Golden Knights head coach Bruce Cassidy also took the podium.
And he is already looking forward to next season.
It's a privilege and an honor to coach the Vegas Golden Knights, and I'm just glad they put their faith in me to get the job done. So, thanks, guys. And, here we go. Back to back, back to back, back to back.
So here's a live shot. Now the party is sadly over and fans are starting to file out of Toshiba Plaza. But some estimates they were thinking maybe all told several 100,000, maybe 200,000 people attended this parade tonight. Of course, we don't have a final number yet, but we will get one hopefully from Metro.
Yeah, some of those shots on the strip showing people 20, 25 deep to watch the parade in those spots where the sidewalks were wide enough to do that. Pretty incredible to see the sea of gold and the fans celebrating this championship with the players.
I really love hearing that from the younger fans too, the children in the crowd, especially when our reporters would interview them. And it was just, I just think that other hockey markets where they won't experience this, or they haven't, and they may never. And these kids, this is the first one, and they're hoping maybe for another one and then one after that.
And we've seen an explosion of youth hockey grow in the last 6 years since the Golden Knights have come. Not only with kids playing hockey, but others just trying to learn how to skate, getting on skates for the first time. They've built a lot more sheets of ice around the valley, and they plan on building a lot more to keep up with the kids that want to get involved in the sport. And that all goes into the growth of hockey throughout Southern Nevada.
Building that young fan base, bringing them along, and they'll be sitting in the Fortress years from now. All right, now to my colleague Joe Vigil and my co-anchor Jacqueline Schultz, live at the Hard Rock Cafe. Hi.
Hey, guys.
Hey, so we have had, I would say, other than Toshiba Plaza, from the balcony of the Hard Rock Cafe, the most breathtaking views of all the fans, of the festivities, of the buses, of them hoisting the Stanley Cup, and then of the drone show overlooking the sky. It has just been breathtaking over the Strip all evening.
Being out here from about 4 o'clock to see the crowd just build and build and build, and the roar get louder and louder and louder, and then it was nonstop for a long time. And when they drove the Stanley Cup by here and they hoisted it up in the air, everybody just went wild. It was the perfect moment, perfect ending to a perfect season. It was just awesome. You could just, everybody was so energetic, so enthused, so excited, so full of pride that, hey, you know what? This team has been here from the very beginning as an expansion team. A lot of fans, of course, been here from the very beginning, and it was awesome to see it all play out right in front of us.
And then also throughout the evening, and we were talking about, we'd really like to know the true tally of how many people were out here. It looked more packed than New Year's Eve. There was confetti, there was champagne flowing, there were drinks flowing. It was a party for hours, and people were lining up from 4 p.m. onwards, trying to get the best view, the best vantage point. And even if the buses were not in front of them, even the cheerleaders weren't there, you could just hear the roar throughout different parts of the Strip. Go Knights go, like the crowd riling themselves up, excited and proud to be here.
Well, you would look out, you'd see these sea of people from the MGM Park, and we couldn't see past that, maybe to about the Aria, and then down by Excalibur. It was all people. You just couldn't see anything but people on both sides. Thousands of people waving their flags, chanting "Go Knights, go!" People saying yes. Even up here at the Hard Rock Cafe, just a festive crowd, a festive mood. It was just a lot of fun, and it played out perfectly. I mean, we didn't see any issues at all. No. A lot of police actually were down beneath us. We could see them down there. They were eating. They were very relaxed, and there was just nothing going on except fun and partying.
And the party is still going. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Okay. You guys did a great job out there. Hope to check back in with you in a bit. Thank you so much, Joe and Jacqueline. Let's take another live look now. It's always kind of a letdown when the party ends, isn't it?
The cleanup's always the worst part, isn't it? Much like we saw after the Golden Knights won, the crowd had a good time, and then they moved on. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. Just kind of got out of there in an orderly fashion, moved the party elsewhere, whether they go to an establishment in the Strip and enjoy it, or go home and keep the party going there.
And we are just getting started here with our coverage at 10 o'clock. Shauna Coffey has a look at the news headlines while Kevin and I are standing by with the sights and sounds from the Strip. Shauna.
Thanks, guys. And now taking a look at our top news stories for tonight. A man accused of killing his girlfriend earlier this month has turned himself into police. Police had been searching for 23-year-old Israel Zamora since the shooting on June 3rd near Nellis and Las Vegas Boulevard. Police say Zamora turned himself in yesterday. He's been booked into the Clark County Detention Center for open murder, and he's expected in court on Tuesday. Caught on camera, $10,000 worth of exotic animals stolen from a store overnight. I spoke to the owners of Wild Things who walked into work today to find their front door broken, their tanks smashed open, and several snakes missing.
Took the money from the cash register. They used a hammer and literally smashed through our tanks, grabbed the animals.
About 30 animals, including some very valuable snakes worth at least $10,000 total, stolen from Wild Things in Las Vegas.
Haru green tree pythons, a male and a female, about 3.5 to 4 feet. They stole the emerald tree boa that had been here for over a year. And to shatter the glass, that's just pure maliciousness, because all they had to do was unlock it.
Around 4:45 a.m. Saturday, surveillance cameras caught this person smashing through the tanks and shoving the snakes in a bag.
And they're particularly mean, so it was really surprising that that's what he took, was mean animals. So it's somebody who really knew their way around the animals and knew exactly what they were going for.
This is the second break-in at Wild Things in the 10 years they've been in business, but this time the damage was much worse.
So I would wake up every morning and check the cameras immediately and stuff, and this is just going to further make me very paranoid. But it also doesn't make me really want to be in business anymore. If I'm going to keep getting broken into and keep getting stolen from, it doesn't exactly make you feel safe as a business owner.
And if you want to help support Wild Things, we have their GoFundMe link and their store hours with this story on fox5vegas.com.
Go Forever Knights. We want them back next year. Another Stanley Cup. Let's go for 2.
You heard the mayor. We're looking ahead to more wins from the VGK. And coming up, we sit down with Mayor Carolyn Goodman to talk about the Stanley Cup champs and what this win means for the future of sports in Las Vegas.
Great to see the weather cooperated for the celebration for this evening. We've got another nice day tomorrow. However, the winds are going to start to pick up and they're going to get even stronger on Monday. And as we go to the break, we take a look at a hype moment from the VGK rally tonight. There's mascot Chance riling up the crowd along with the Golden Knight himself. We'll be right back.
You're watching Fox 5 News, local, Las Vegas. Now, your local Las Vegas weather.
What a night here in Las Vegas. We'll start off by showing you a couple of live shots for you. This is the downtown Summerlin cam looking at the Las Vegas ballpark that's all lit up on this Saturday evening. From here, we're going to transition over to our sunset cam, which is showing you a live shot of part of the Strip and, of course, Harry Reid International Airport. Right now, it's 89 degrees. The wind is from the south at 7 miles per hour. It's dry out there. Humidity 16%. And the dew point temperature is at 38 degrees. Temperatures elsewhere around the valley, they include 86 degrees at Henderson, 86 at Nellis Air Force Base, a little bit warmer in North Las Vegas at 90, and then it cools off a little bit more as we head toward Pahrump at 84 degrees and 84 as well over at Boulder City. So today we hit 98 degrees, too shy of 100 degrees, but look at the record for this date, which we set 2 years ago. We hit 114 degrees, so we still have not hit 100 degrees this year. Now, this is what we usually have our Heat is On event going on, and we always get folks over at Universal Solar Direct $100 to donate to Keep Memory Alive every time we hit 100 degrees. Haven't done it so far, so they've decided to up the ante. It's now going to be $200 for every day we hit 100 degrees, and you know it's going to be happening before the next week and a half or so, but it's kind of cool that they're doing that. Wind advisory going into effect for us on Monday. You need to know about this between 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. We're looking at winds from the southwest at around 25 to 35 miles per hour with gusts up to 50 miles per hour. And as we take a look at what we have for you in terms of a weather alert for you, we have a weather alert for us for tomorrow. As we're looking at windy conditions picking up here, we're talking about wind that's going to be up around 25 to 35 mile per hour wind gusts. And then we're also looking at wind advisory for you going into effect on Monday, where we're seeing the wind gusts at times up to 45 miles per hour. So your 7-day forecast looks like this: 99 degrees tomorrow, and happy Father's Day to all the dads. 93 on Monday, Tuesday 90 degrees, 94 on Wednesday, which happens to be the first official day of summer, 94 on Thursday, 93 on Friday, and 97 degrees next Saturday. Kevin, John, back to you guys.
Thanks, Les.
Appreciate it, Les. You know, we're hearing from Las Vegas Mayor Carolyn Goodman after the Golden Knights brought home the Stanley Cup.
I sat down with Mayor Goodman and we spoke about how the team united our community.
Of course, I was in the hospital. I was having a heart attack because I was so upset, but it was fabulous. I'm just kidding. We were so excited, and we were watching, and as so many people who couldn't get in, couldn't get tickets, but we were right there for every play and just so thrilled for our wonderful Stanley Cup champions.
Was there a point in the game when you knew, okay, they've got this?
You know, I think we had such confidence, and unfortunately for our owner, Bill Foley, who brought us and created this wonderful team with his staff, we knew, especially in that last game, that by that second goal, we were in. We were totally in. And I was texting that poor man, but he was calm as a cucumber, texting back when and if he did with we're staying calm, we're staying focused, and of course I'm out there hyperventilating.
And do you think it creates even more attraction to the NBA now that we have 2 championship teams? Like, you know, maybe there's something to this.
As gambling has gone countrywide, this is we will have an NBA. Knowing David Stern before and knowing Adam Silver, and he's another one, poor soul, that I'm texting all the time. It's not if, but when. And yes, we've had this summer league here in the NBA forever, and it's time. We don't want to do anything but strive to be better. And so the NBA is next.
I mean, the Knights, because they were here after 1 October and what they did for the community then, before we even knew who they were, I mean, they will always have a special place in people's hearts here.
To have the Knights come in and become part of the family and the sensitivity of that tragedy so completely and so much a part, an integral part. Their blood's our blood, and they were phenomenal. And for them to come in and be so involved personally, each one of them, and the whole organization, forever. When I think of 1 October, which is all the time, I think with great love, admiration, and appreciation for the Golden Knights. They're the top of the drawer.
Mayor Goodman also said that she was pleased that the celebrations following Game 5 did not get out of hand, and it looks as if everyone can be pleased that the celebrations tonight didn't get out of hand either, except for maybe a little dancing on the stage.
A couple of players maybe enjoyed it, but they all had safe rides home. And so we hope everybody else out there gets home safe and sound as well after what was really a fun night.
It really was a fun night. Great to see.
Look right now what's going on the Strip as people are making their way either back to their cars to head home or maybe off to continue the party at one of the properties on the Strip. We're back with more Fox 5 News at 10 right after this.
Wow, that is Carnell Johnson, also known as the Golden Pipes, singing the national anthem for the Vegas Golden Knights rally tonight. And our coverage continues now, along with the party for our Stanley Cup champs. Man, that feels good to say. And a rally for the VGK is underway at Toshiba Plaza now. John Huck and sports director Kevin Bollinger are following these festivities. Guys, what a night.
Oh, it really was, Sean.
It really was. I mean, it's hard to overstate just how much fun and how much energy was not only on the Strip, but then when Toshiba Plaza, it just really ramped up, and the guys had so much fun up there, and they deserve it. I mean, what a journey they've been on. For many of them, 6 years.
And young and old out there celebrating with them made it that much more fun. Let's go right out to Danny Maston. She's on the Strip with more on what's going on out there right now. Danny.
Yeah, guys, I'm here right outside of New York, off of Las Vegas Boulevard and Tropicana. And let me tell you, it was crowded here on the sidewalks and out on the streets. You could just see here in this video all the people that showed up here when the parade came through. You saw the buses, the players, and the Stanley Cup. I spoke with one father and son duo who tell me they couldn't have imagined spending their Father's Day weekend any other way.
It was one of the most amazing events that I've ever seen, that I've ever attended. You could just feel the energy in the crowd. It was absolutely amazing. Everybody was behaving, and I want to shout out to Metro. They did an amazing job at keeping everyone safe.
Yeah, and what did you think?
It was exhilarating. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I've been a hockey fan since I was a little kid, and to be there watching all the players, just taking it all in and watching the cup roll by was absolutely magical. It was fantastic.
You could see all the Metro officers still out here right now. In our area, nothing got too out of hand. Just fans really excited to be here and witness this part of history for our city. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
And we went and had one and pulled off.
Yeah, I bet you did. That's
We are local Las Vegas. Fox 5 News starts now.
It has been a wild night of celebrations for the Vegas Golden Knights, and here's a live view from the Hard Rock Cafe as the party continues tonight. And Fox 5 has brought you team coverage of the festivities all night along the Strip and at Toshiba Plaza, and our coverage continues. John Huck and sports director Kevin Bollinger have been here since year one for the VGK, and they have more on these hard-fought celebrations, and they deserve it, guys.
And they really do, Shauna. It was an exciting and emotional night for the Vegas Golden Knights, but especially for the 6 original Misfits that are left over from year one. It's even more special for them to go through this entire process.
I think they had the most fun tonight just looking at the party. Fox 5's been with them all night from the parade down the strip to the rally at Toshiba Plaza, and that's where the guys in gold got to address the fans.
It's been a long 5 years to wait to get back to challenge for the cup, and for this moment right now, I always told myself I'd never say anything, so you know what, just thank you to all these guys that are around me right now. I couldn't thank them enough. There's no way we were going to lose it this time around, and to bring a Stanley Cup to Las Vegas, I may just retire now. It's that special.
We've been up and down on this journey to the Cup.
Pass it to Marshy. Marshy, you got something to say?
No. Listen to me. We've been waiting for 6 long years for this guy to be MVP. Jonathan Marchessault.
I say let the man speak.
That's right. He's just having a good time and introducing his good friend.
It was fun to watch him and Riley Smith. And Riley Smith isn't going to retire, is he?
No, I think just kind of maybe having a little bit of koi fun. But those guys are all signed and ready to come back for next year. So they're ready to reload and try and do it again.
Let's go live out to Mike Allen right now. Mike, what do you have?
Oh, man, I love those guys' speeches. That was so great, wasn't it? So, yeah, super packed out here. I'm going to step outside so you can see what it looks like right now. Obviously, a lot fewer people than there were before, but tons of police presence right now. Folks across the street just a couple hours ago were packed along those walls you see there. They were perched on top of them, legs hanging out. They were able to get a good view of the players as they drove by with the Stanley Cup. And, everywhere you still see fans walking around just soaking it in. Take a listen to one super fan I talked with just a bit ago who's lived here in Vegas for almost 5 decades.
I don't think a lot of people in this town realize how neat it is that it only took them 6 years to get to the championship. There's still teams that haven't gotten the Stanley Cup, and they've been around for 40 years. So.
Very well said. And I also talked with a kid who was dressed in his hockey gear, his pads, his gloves, everything. He says the Knights have inspired him to learn how to skate. So clearly VGK having really far-reaching impact in this city for everybody, and that is not included, or I should say not just what happens across the street over there at the Fortress. Really everybody so happy about the Knights. Reporting live tonight, Mike Allen, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.
Mike, thank you. And Kevin, you and I were talking about this down in Nashville, where you're talking about the team, when it first started, they really involved the kids, and now those kids have grown up and are now season ticket holders.
Yeah, it's generational now. When Nashville came in, and they, very similar to Las Vegas, entertainment-based city and everything else, but those young kids are now in their late 20s and early 30s. The franchise has been long enough, and they have now become the dominant season ticket holder for the Predators, which means that they're now set up for the future, just much like the Golden Knights will be, I'm sure, with this young fan base here that is obviously very excited about their team.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's go live now to Kim Passoff on the Strip. Kim.
Yeah, John and Kevin, it has been a party all day long. We're here at Sugar Factory. This is at the corner of Planet Hollywood, at the corner of Harmon and Las Vegas Boulevard. Take a look. How cool is this? We have Vegas Stanley Cup Golden Knights Championship hockey pucks. That is actually a chocolate-covered Oreo that they gave out at the party here. But let's talk about what is going on right now. Traffic has just reopened at Harmon, so people are actually getting off the strip at this hour. And we want to show you some of those fans, because as they are piling out of Toshiba Plaza, they are now on the pedestrian bridges. They are here on the strip. still ready to party. They're making their way into the resorts, the casinos, maybe finding another drink, but we are seeing just people by the tens of thousands pile out. The stream has not stopped since the parade happened earlier, since people were in Toshiba Plaza. It has been a party all night long. As we were here watching the parade live, we did see those Knights players. They were walking up to people with the cup, letting people touch it. We, of course, saw them spraying some people with champagne. It was a great time. Lots of confetti flying here. This is about halfway on the parade route, so we really got a great perspective. And from our perspective, there were so many buses. The parade was so long. It went from one end to another at one point where we could see the entire thing. It was amazing. Tens of thousands of people out here. And as we mentioned, the party is still going at this hour. People with their VGK jerseys. A lot of people taking those off because it is still pretty toasty out here, but we've seen all kinds of festive outfits for today. And it has just been amazing. And the party's still going here from Sugar Factory at Planet Hollywood. Shauna, back to you.
Thanks, Kim. Looks like a good time out there. And you may have seen the flamingos thrown on the ice for a VGK victory, or maybe you've thrown some yourself. Well, the man behind that tradition was along the parade route this afternoon, and Joe Vigil and Jacqueline Schultz caught up with him earlier today.
After they won Game 5, how did you feel about seeing all the flamingos on the ice?
It was so cool. I was just in the team store and I saw these pictures of the players celebrating, and there were, hundreds of little flamingos, these things, little plush animals, all sorts of things. And so just to know that in 50 years, when people look back on those pictures, this fun tradition that I started 5 years ago has been so embraced and is now part of NHL culture and sort of the legacy of this team.
And you can find those stuffed victory flamingos in VGK stores and on VGK clothing.
Now, your local Las Vegas weather.
Well, quite a week here in Las Vegas, and it all culminated tonight with of course, the parade, and of course, the party that was in front of Toshiba Plaza. And we are now getting ready, of course, for the players to get a little bit of a break before they have to start thinking about next year, because you know what? Training camp's only about 3 months away. Sunset Cam Live showing you a part of the airport as well as the Strip, and you can see Toshiba, or you can see this arena right there, T-Mobile Arena, and what a night it was to celebrate. 89 degrees right now, south wind 7 miles per hour, humidity 16%, the dew point temperature 38 degrees. As we look at some temperatures elsewhere, it is 86 degrees at Henderson, Nellis Air Force Base, 90 at North Las Vegas, 84 Pahrump, and 82 at Boulder City. Wind is light all around our area right now, which is kind of good news, but the not so good news is it's going to really pick up for us tomorrow, and it's going to get picked up even stronger on Monday, strong enough that we have a wind advisory going into effect at 11 a.m. on Monday. It lasts until 11 p.m. Monday evening, as we expect to see southwest winds at around 25 to 35 miles per hour, with gusts at times up to 50 miles per hour. As we look at what's going on, we have this frontal boundary coming down from the north. This is what's going to mix up the pressure differential enough for us to see those winds really kick in. And as they kick in for us for tomorrow, we'll start to see the wind probably late in the morning into the early afternoon, then continuing on into Monday. For tonight, we're in good shape. 78 degrees, mostly clear skies. So if you're out partying, have fun, enjoy it. Southwest wind 8 to 13 miles per hour. As we head on into Sunday, as this gets closer to us, now the wind really starts to get mixed into the whole picture for us, and we'll see not only sunshine, but because of those strong winds, we're going to see the dust get kicked up. So Sunday, it's going to get some dusty weather coming in by the afternoon, with the wind at times up to around 38 miles per hour. You can see what the future track's suggesting in terms of the winds right through into Sunday evening. And then on the day that we have the wind advisory, you're going to see some wind gusts up to around 49, maybe even 50 miles per hour. It should die off by the time we get on into Tuesday. So tomorrow's high 99 degrees. The blowing dust expected in the afternoon. The sustained winds could be as high as 36 miles per hour at times, so keep that in mind. And then Monday, as this system gets even closer to us and then eventually passes us, we'll see the wind getting even stronger. And then, of course, as that low moves through here, now we'll see our temperatures dropping. So we get close to 100 degrees tomorrow. After that, the temperatures drop, and we'll be into the low to mid 90s for the better part of the next 7 days. And so here you have a snapshot of what's going on with the weather, as you can see here in terms of the temperatures. We aren't going to get up to around 100 degrees, as you can see here, until we get get to around the 26th or the 27th, which is what we are still quite a ways out. So that's good news. Tomorrow, UV index is going to be 10. That means you want to make sure you put on some sunscreen between the hours of 10 and 3, but especially between noon and 2 when the highest UV rays are occurring. Our weather alert calendar gives us a couple of alerts for us. One is for tomorrow because of the wind, and then the other one is for Monday because of the wind advisory. The wind advisory showing us that we'll see gusts at times potentially up to 50 miles per hour. So our 7-day forecast looks like this. Father's Day, of course, tomorrow. Windy conditions, 99 degrees, 93 on Monday, 90 on Tuesday, 94 on Wednesday, 94 on Thursday, 93 on Friday. Next Saturday, 97 degrees. We'll be right back.
You're watching Fox 5 News, local, Las Vegas.
Well, it has been a long, exciting night of celebrating our Stanley Cup champs. Here's a live look now from our camera at the Hard Rock Cafe. Those festivities winding down for the night, but I'm sure the party will continue as we are now Stanley Cup champions. That never gets old. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 5 News at 10, but don't go anywhere. Fox 5 Sports Plus starts right now. Good night.
This is Fox 5's Sports Plus. Sponsored by Hennessy Haight.
Good evening, and you know it is a special sports night in Las Vegas when we are graced with the presence of John Huck on Sports Plus.
Who knew? I'm crashing Sports Plus. It's a career first. Of course, we're here because you and I have been here since 6:30 covering the parade and the rally down at Toshiba Plaza for our Stanley Cup champions. So much fun.
It has been fun to watch it all from our vantage point. Even more fun to watch it from the vantage point of Vince Sapienza and Paloma Villicana, who are right in the thick of the party at Toshiba Plaza, guys.
Man, it is a good night when John Huck is on the desk for Fox 5 Sports Plus. Here we are, Paloma. What a night this was. A spectacle of a show, and it shouldn't come as any surprise as someone who's covered this organization from day one. They do it big, they do it loud, and they do it the right way.
I mean, to see hundreds of thousands of fans pack the Las Vegas Strip, pack Toshiba Plaza, the confetti is on the ground, the streamers are in the trees. What a historic, special night in the city. And the Golden Knights, every player felt the love from the city tonight.
And it's one of those things, you know, all the images from year one, it's hard to shake that one memory from game one of the Stanley Cup final during year one. Shoulder to shoulder, packed here in Toshiba Plaza, but as big as that was, that is nothing compared to what we saw here. It was elbow to elbow. No one could move for hours waiting for the players to arrive on the stage, and when they arrived, they arrived.
It was incredible. The fireworks, the fire, it was just amazing. I mean, this will be a night we remember for the rest of our lives, but to see the expressions, the eyes of the fans, the Medieval Maniacs tonight, it was just priceless. I mean, whether you were at home watching the parade, whether you were here, I think everyone in the Valley felt something special tonight.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of everything. You tug on the heartstrings looking back to the 1 October and the 58 Strong, the Vegas Strong banner, and then you have the Misfits coming out and putting on a show. William Karlsson, they had to steal the mic away because he was just having too much fun. Jonathan Marchessault almost didn't want the mic. A man, a few words, which is a rarity, but man, you couldn't shake the smiles off their faces. You couldn't shake the smiles off the fans and the Medieval Maniacs here that poured into Toshiba Plaza. It was a night that no one will soon forget. And to quote Bruce Cassidy, back to back. How about that? The Golden Knights putting on a show 4 days after winning the Stanley Cup. Our rally coverage here from Toshiba Plaza and Sports Plus continues right after the break. Stay with us.
You're watching Fox 5's Sports Plus. Sponsored by Hennessy Haight.
Well, the guys in gold spent the day surrounded by fans as they made their way down the strip.
It was something to see, and they finally got to talk to their fans when they took the podium tonight. So here's Mark Stone.
We're the ones up here celebrating this Stanley Cup, but the crowd, the building that we have every night, not just in the playoffs, but in the regular season, you know, you guys bring it. You bring it every night. makes it special for us. This is an incredible community. You know, God, you guys have supported this team since day one. A lot of us on this team have been here after that first year, but you know, this team, this city, the bond that they've built, we've been committed to winning. You know, and here we are, Stanley Cup champions.
And tonight, Golden Knights head coach Bruce Cassidy also took the podium.
And I think a lot of people didn't have him on their scorecard being the ones to talk about back-to-back first, but that's what he did.
It's a privilege and an honor to coach the Vegas Golden Knights, and I'm just glad they put their faith in me to get the job done. So, thanks, guys. And there we go. Back to back.
And tonight's parade comes just over 30 years after the first championship parade in Las Vegas. It was for the Runnin' Rebels, of course, who won their first NCAA Division I championship in 1990 under the direction of head coach Jerry Tarkanian.
And Aiden Hill wore a Larry Johnson jersey from that team. Even at that time, though, Tarkanian thought it was just the beginning.
He felt all along that Vegas was a sports town. And he felt all along that it was going to get bigger and bigger. And he was right. He was very right.
That is Lois Tarkanian, of course, the wife of the late Jerry Tarkanian. She says that Las Vegas was a smaller city at that time, but the feeling between then and now is just the same, with overflowing pride for our winning teams. Lois also remembered the championship parade that was held that year.
The people just lined the streets and they were cheering, and it was that same feeling of, you know, we're a community, we belong together.
Lois Tarkanian also says that Vegas sports fans can be over the top while celebrating their team. She says she doesn't think many people expected such a response, except for her husband, of course. He had the vision for it all. We'll be back with more Sports Plus after this. By now, you've probably seen this picture, an emotional moment captured immediately after the Golden Knights became the Stanley Cup champions.
Yeah, the team came together forming what looks like the shape of a heart, and the one looking right up, appropriately enough, Jonathan Marchessault, right in the middle. Las Vegas-based photographer, the man behind the now legendary photo.
Our very own Dave Hall caught up with the man behind the picture about getting the shot and how it almost didn't happen.
A devotion to destiny. Misfits to champions. The Vegas Golden Knights win the Stanley Cup in 2023.
While the Knights and you fans celebrated, Al Powers was working. It's his job to capture the magnitude and emotion of the moment. Powers took thousands of pictures that night. He had no idea at the time, but Powers had snapped off one of the greatest sports images ever.
5 a.m. that night, I'm just scrolling.
And I scrolled past it, and then I had to scroll back, and I go, is that a heart? And I go, oh my God, it is a heart.
High above the ice, Powers had a remote camera set up. It's this camera that clicked the perfect moment at the perfect time. Powers says this incredible image almost didn't happen.
Earlier in that game, I had a problem with that specific camera. The battery died. With the first intermission, I ran up, fixed the camera, thankfully, and got back to it.
Whew! Crisis averted. An exhausted Powers posted the image on Instagram and went to bed. By the time he woke up, his golden heart was being shared everywhere.
I love the fact that one moment in time can speak to people. Spoke to me. But yeah, I had no idea it would be this. It's crazy.
Powers has been with the team from day one, game one, when the heartfelt bond between this team and this city was truly Vegas born.
Know that we'll do everything we can to help you and our city heal.
Jonathan Marchessault has been the center of the team from that night to this photo. Powers says it's only fitting that his is the only face we see.
He is definitely the heart and soul of the team, and it just happens to be he's the one that's looking straight up there. You can really not see any other face. It's just his looking straight up at the camera, which is poetic.
If you're one of the Knights fans who tears up seeing this, well, Powers says it's made him cry too. He's just happy we all get to share him.
One of those perfect moments in time, and I'm glad someone was there to capture it. It just happened to be me.
And we have a link to more of Powers' work on our website, fox5vegas.com.
-5 Ice Bar came up with a very cool way to celebrate the Knights championship. Check out this replica of the Stanley Cup carved from a huge block of ice. The life-size sculpture will be on display through the end of the summer. And another replica Stanley Cup, this one good enough to eat. The Wynn Las Vegas tweeted this photo of the Stanley Cup replica made out of chocolate. The creation was made by the Wynn's master chocolatier and past chef, and it's made of 58 pounds of chocolate. Wynn says no detail was overlooked. The chocolate cup even has the cup's engraved rings. Now that is work, huh?
It really is. Beautiful. Both things beautiful, and perfect celebration to kind of just end really what is the season. Unfortunately, I know a lot of people don't want this season to end. It's been so magical, but the parade's kind of the final thing to kind of put the final straw in there.
I mean, folks in your side of the business will be talking about this for years to come. You know, the 6-year run of the Golden Knights, and we all look forward to seeing what happens next.
It's going to be referenced for a long time, and the Golden Knights hope that they can go back-to-back, as Bruce Cassidy said. Thank you for joining us for Fox 5 Sports Plus and for Fox 5 for our parade coverage all night. Happy Father's Day.
Thanks for watching Fox 5 News. Watch us live wherever you are, on our mobile, on our streaming news app. And you can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV,